angry elf ready to ignite. CQ's in the wind, but we're gonna win. Pop culture battles, let's dive right in. From movies and games and TV crazes, our chatter's wild and sparks like blazes. No heavy hearts, just laughs and cheer. Come on folks, let's shift the gear. From movies and games and TV crazes, our chatter's wild and sparks like blazes. No heavy hearts, just laughs and cheer. Come on folks, let's shift the gear. Pop culture warrior marching on tonight. MadMike and Angry Elf taking flight. When CQ's away, the fun's here to stay. This pop culture fray, we never sway. We never sway. Comic books and anime thrills, celebrity gossip and music chills. Gonna ramble loud and ramble strong. Join us now where you belong. Geeky news and fandom dreams, crazy theories and wild schemes. Our passions high and spirits bright. Get ready to rock the mic tonight. Pop culture warrior marching on tonight. MadMike and Angry Elf taking flight. When CQ's away, the fun's here to stay. In this pop culture fray, we never sway. We never sway. We never sway. We never sway. We never sway.
Hello, welcome everyone. Surprise, surprise, second episode of the new year. And guess who's not here? Your old trusty host CQ's already calling in sick.
Oh, you know how he kind of dimed us out last weekend. Was like, oh, I'm going to another movie. Oh, hey, Angry Elf will cover down. Oh, hey.
Oh, he already said it. That he just told me like the other day. He already knew last week.
And then he hits me up like 2 days later and goes, hey, you good with this? And I'm like, well, you already told the folks, so yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you got a he's a werewolf movie. What, Wolfman? I think he's seen.
Yeah, he's seen Wolfman. I hope it's good. I hope he comes back and says it's great. Maybe I'll go see it. I don't know.
It looks pretty good. That lady's a pretty good actress. That short blonde hair lady. I don't know her name, but
yeah.
Anyways, let me got this logo covering up my chats. Here we go.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing out there? Sick in the head? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's sick in the head.
MTG.
That's why he,
nice.
He's got us doing the heavy lifting.
Cool. How you been? How's your New Year so far?
You?
Good.
Good.
Got a bunch of.
It's been crazy, but it's what do you expect?
Yeah. LA's on fire. That was new. So.
Yeah. Hopefully, LA will burn down, and Hollywood will have a hard restart. You know how we keep saying that Hollywood needs to unplug, count to 30, and plug it back in. Well, here we go.
No better time than now. They don't go like too much over there. It seems like a lot of stuff they switch to other places that are cheaper. And
yeah,
that's why they don't film stuff here in Florida. Insurance is too expensive.
Yeah, they do stuff one state up in Georgia, in Atlanta.
Yeah. Marvel's got a big showing out there. CQ toured that place they got out there too.
Yeah. Like 2 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah. And then Warner Brothers just built a big ass studio in England. They're gonna film Harry Potter. They filmed a bunch of stuff there already.
That's the thing about England. You get a huge tax credit if you film in England and use English workers and the whole 9 yards. You get a huge tax credit. That's why Disney does it. That's why some of the Marvel movies are filmed there. And it's good for them for their pocketbook, but it's bad for them because the way the Brits do it, they report and give complete transparency to the public on what goes on. So if Disney films a movie there and they get all this tax credit, you see how much they actually spent on the movie. And if that's how some of these movies where people have said, oh, they only spent like 300 million dollars, and you come to find out they spent 375 million and stuff like that. So yeah, it's cool. Hey, let them do what they do, but
do it cheaper. I don't care, as long as it gets done. I like, hey Billy, he says, evening other guys. Well played, sir.
Bunting. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, Edward films in his bathroom. Oh.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Whatever
The
you
acoustics
gotta
there
do.
might just be perfect.
Depends what you're filming in there. But yeah. Anyways, to each their own. Cool. Yeah, I've been good. It's been cold here, but enjoying it. Not as cold as everywhere else, but I like it.
Yeah, we were supposed to have snow on Friday, and the kid got the day off because they thought it was going to dump, and then we woke up and there was nothing. It was just cold, and she was all upset.
Figures.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna start us off. I think we talked about a while back. Edward Movie Hands.
Yeah.
To get distracted. Let me take off the chat thing. Too distracting.
Yeah,
for me.
exactly. Squirrel.
Squirrel. A while back we talked about it. When the copyrights ended for Steamboat Willie, they announced they were gonna make a horror movie. It's one of those Tromo type deals. We got the first image of Steamboat Willie right here. Boom.
Yes. Yes. This is gonna be epic.
It's better than I thought it was, but it's still fucking. I don't know. What do you think of it?
That is awesome. I love this. This is exactly what we need to definitely shake things up.
I was wondering how they were going to do it too, and it looks like they made him the actual size of a mouse. If you look like in the background, you can see like a big chair and stuff. I don't know. He has there like a mini harpoon, probably a toothpick or something.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yep, I love this. Did you see that that Poohverse Blood and Honey? They're making like a multiverse out of that or whatever. They're gonna make it like a franchise and stuff. And
Really?
That's exactly what we need.
Are they gonna do a
Good
crossover with Steamboat Willie? Or
I think so.
Awesome.
But like that's what we need. Some like really good B movie horror stuff with characters that people grew up with that they feel in their heart are wholesome, and now they're seeing them tear apart people on screen. That's exactly what we need right now.
Yeah, it's great. The old I watched like every one of them. I think I grew up on the Trauma films, which is like Toxic Avenger and all that
Toxic
stuff.
Avenger. Oh, Toxie's a great character.
Yeah. Then we need more of that shit. We had they did Sharknado, which was kind of like that, but then they did 7 of them or however many they had.
Yeah.
It was just stupid after a while. I think we're getting fuck, what was the other one they were making? Shit. It's alligators in a tornado or something. There was another like there was another like stupid. We had joked about it, and then they were actually doing it. Fucking can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was like last year after Cocaine Bear came out?
That's what it was. Something related to that, I think.
I found what was it, Cocaine Sharks or whatever, and it was like this really horrible like D movie. Like it and I said something to CQ about it, and I was like, "Oh, we should review this." And he's like, "I'm not watching that. You can do it." And I'm like, "All right, fine." So I paid like the $1.50 or whatever it was to get it, and I watched it, and it was straight horrible. I mean, I'm not talking about like, oh, it's so bad, it's good. I'm like, oh my God, this looks like it was filmed in somebody's basement. And oh God, it was bad. But
I think that's what it was. Cocaine
Sharks.
alligators or something. Maybe it was sharks. I think that maybe that was the movie. I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know.
I can't keep track of all this shit. But anyways, this comes out. I think it comes out this year.
Oh yeah. I think
I
I
don't know.
think
Let me read the article. I just took the picture. I thought that was the most important part of
let me see.
it.
Let me see. Let me see if
I don't know any of the details on it. I thoroughly researched this show, everyone, as you could tell. No, here it is. Entered
Blood on
public
the Water. That's what they're calling
domain.
it.
Oh, I thought it was called
Uh,
Screamboat. Yes,
Screamboat.
Screamboat, written
I'm
directed
sorry.
by Stephen Lamort.
Yep. No, I found it. I don't see. All I see is this year.
They did say it
Doesn't have
kind
a.
of looks like Chuck E. Cheese. Now that they say that, it
Yeah.
does. That's probably what they did. They just got an old Chuck E. Cheese costume, cut out the face, painted it black.
Well, that's exactly what I would do. Save some
Yeah,
money because those animatronics, no one's using them anymore.
they don't have like tons of money. Probably doing this thing for like $100,000.
Mhm.
Oh, that this is the other one. They have other movies coming out: Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, Bambi the Reckoning, Pinocchio Unstrung, and more. That's all going to be part of that same universe, like with Winnie the Pooh, Blood Honey. They call it the Twisted Childhood Universe.
This sounds like one of those like watching one of those bad freaking Saturday Night Live or freaking what was the other one?
Mad TV.
Oh, Mad TV skits where Bambi grows up and decides to go get revenge, and there was a skit with The Rock playing Bambi carrying around a rifle shooting hunters. Um, that's what this sounds like, and I mean I'm there for it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Give me a huge bucket of popcorn and let's go.
Hell yeah.
In fact,
All
you know what
right.
I need to do now that Terrifier 3 is out on disc? I need to binge all three of those movies.
I haven't watched any of those. I heard it was really good, but I haven't
Yeah,
watched it.
I've got to do it. I got to do it. One weekend when the kid's not around, sit down and watch all three Terrifiers. Yep.
All right. What else we got?
Ooh,
Oh,
hey, Captain Wayne. Absolutely. The Goonies. Prequel to the Goonies, especially this is the 40th anniversary weekend of the Goonies.
hell yeah.
I
I love
mean,
the Goonies. Gremlins 3.
yeah.
Yes. Pirate 1. Yeah, that's a cool concept. Zombieverse. All right. What else we got? Oh, big news. Well, it was from last week, but I wasn't on last week. They announced that Rory McCann is going to take over for Ray Stevenson in season 2 of Ashoka.
Oh
He
yeah.
was he the I forgot the name of his character. He's from Game of Thrones. He's like the tall
Yeah,
guy with
he
the fucked
was.
up face. I should have pulled the picture. Hold on, let me just
I'm
share
not
it.
unfortunately, I'm not a Game of Thrones guy, so I can't. But yeah, I think he's a great pick. That was tragic. Ray Stevenson passing away right before Ahsoka premiered, um, and it kind of ends where um, Balin Skull looks like he's getting set up to have a major part of season 2, and then it's kind of like where we go from here.
Right?
Um,
He was doing a freaking excellent job too.
yeah, that was.
Um,
But the only thing is what I'm hearing is one, Ahsoka's not on track to premiere before 2026, and two, Disney's basically saying right now if after the poor showing of Skeleton Crew, did you even watch Skeleton Crew?
yeah, I've been watching it. My kids love it.
I think I think I'm on episode 4. I haven't been watching it. It
It's like
didn't.
Space Goonies.
Yeah,
I like it. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but
yeah. So I mean, it's not that I just didn't want to watch it. It's just it didn't have the draw for me with like other stuff did. But yeah, what I'm hearing right now is
there it is.
if
All right.
Andor season 2 doesn't do well, and if the Mandalorian and Grogu movie doesn't do well, Disney may put Star Wars on the back burner for the hot minute, like, you know. But
What's the
who
other one they
knows?
have coming out? Andor.
Andor season 2. That's supposed to come out, I think, late May, right after May 4th. I think mid to late May. And the only thing that stinks about this season, but I'm excited for, is every couple episodes is going to be a time jump, and it's supposed to the end of season 2, which is going to be the end of the series, supposed to line right up with Rogue One when we meet Andor and Rogue One. So I'm excited for it. I loved Andor season 1. That
Yeah.
was definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I thought it
And
was great too.
I definitely liked the format, how it was a slow burn. You know, but you got rewarded for your patience, every couple episodes.
Right.
So
It's like a lot of shows do that. It's like slow build up.
yep.
And then you'll get a good
And,
episode and then they slowly build up to something else. It's super annoying. But yeah, I think he'll do good. He kind of looks like him. I'm sure they'll cut his hair, dye his hair.
oh yeah. I mean, they don't even need to. Just go with it. Like, yeah, give him the gray so he kind of resembles them, but don't even explain it. Don't do anything about it. Just hard in. He's Balin Skull. Go with it.
Yeah.
It should do fine.
It'll be good.
I'm excited for it. I just hope that when they do season 2, let's do something with Ahsoka, because it seemed like every episode she's just sitting there, kind of. The only episode she really did anything was when she went into the world between worlds and had her lightsaber duel with Anakin.
Yeah.
So I want to see her do some badass stuff. They've obviously got to figure out how to get back to the main universe. So let's do something. So we'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully they do. I don't know. It's hit or miss, but yeah, I didn't like. I wasn't a big fan of how they did that with her. It's like they're building up all the other characters around, which I guess they have to do, but it's like she didn't do hardly anything in the whole season. It's like the show's named after her.
But the problem was, it just seemed to me like it was they mislabeled the show. It should have been not called Ahsoka. It should have been called Rebels, because it really was a live action Rebel show.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Ahsoka was kind of a secondary character in her own show, and I hate to say it, but Disney, especially with Star Wars recently, has a tendency to do that. The show is named after somebody, and that main character, the titular character, takes a backseat to, like Mandalorian season 3. As much as I like freaking Bo-Katan, he took a backseat to Bo-Katan, and Katie Sackhoff. She's a great actress, love her. I mean, I've loved her since Battlestar Galactica, but I didn't come to watch Bo-Katan. I came here to watch Din Djarin do Mandalorian shit, and he just kind of hung around.
Yeah. So, well, they did the same thing with Book of Boba Fett. It was basically Mandalorian. It's like you got this awesome character, and you're just doing another season of Mando. Like, yeah, he's a great character, and everyone loves him, but he's got his own show. Like, build it. Like, I didn't understand that. It kind of ticked me off. It's like you totally sold the show.
Yeah, like 2 episodes where Boba Fett like showed up for like a scene apiece. Yeah, give me a break. I mean, that was granted. I love those episodes. They were great episodes, but I don't know. And Billy, it's not going to happen. She knows something. She's got dirt on Hollywood. She knows where Jimmy Hoffa is buried or something like that. They ain't getting rid of her. After all this time, shit, dude, they've killed the franchise. I mean, now people are starting to refer to Star Wars as Star Was.
Well, so that's what I was going to talk about too. What's coming up, and they have, is it James Mangold did Logan and them. He's gonna do a film set of movies. It's set at the dawn of the Jedi, 1,000 years before the first Star Wars movie. And then the lady that did Miss Marvel, she's gonna do a film set about the events, a trilogy about the events that follows Rey as she builds a new Jedi Order. Not really excited about that. And then they also announced the guy that did the latest X-Men movies is going to do a trilogy as well.
See, here's that guy. Oh, what was his name? You mentioned it earlier, but see, here's the problem I've got with that. That
Simon
guy did,
Kinberg.
yeah, he's the one that directed Dark Phoenix, X-Men
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix,
Yep.
and that movie was,
Hot garbage.
yeah, well, yeah, I'll
That was
keep
his
it
first movie
PG-13.
too. He
Yeah,
started off with a
and
bomb.
dude, so here's the thing. Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm has a tendency to announce movies and they keep getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back until these movies don't just people forget about them and they fall off the radar. The only one that we know that's happening is because it's already started. Actually, I think they've completed principal photography on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie,
Right.
which
Yep.
and that's a Favreau. Oh gosh darn it, what's his first name?
John.
Yeah, John Favreau. That's a John Favreau movie. So it's going. He's got the track record, so there's a good chance it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, though that and Andor are the only two things we know are coming because they are so far along that we know that there is stuff. The rest of it, I mean, they announced what almost 2 years ago the Ray movie.
Yep.
There's still not a script for it.
It already got pushed back. I think the first show that we hosted together, I mentioned that it was
Yeah,
already pushed back. But it's also like this stuff. It doesn't make any sense. Like, so now you have 3 directors doing 3 separate movie trilogies. It's going to confuse the shit out of people, especially if you do like one from James Mangold, then you switch to the Ray, and then you switch to Simon, the X-Men dudes. It's like
yeah.
people are going to be so freaking confused, like what's going on, and especially if they're not all connected, like or whatever. Like it's just going to be like DC, like not DC. Fucking
Well,
Sony and Marvel, like how they confuse people. People think
no, you had
a
it. You had it right
Sony
at the beginning.
movie is right or what. Yeah, DC does shit too, but
DC is
it's
so DC doesn't know what they're doing right now. Like
yeah,
there was talk about bringing the Robert Pattinson movie Batman into this new James Gunn DC proper universe, and it's like no. Leave Robert Pattinson off to the side in his Batman universe. Let him do his thing. James Gunn, you do your thing. Eventually introduce your Batman, down the line. Don't intermingle these guys. It's bad enough. And
yeah. He wants to do the Brave and the Bold story. You can't do both. It's just going to confuse people. And now that like they push that back, and then what's his name, the director of that Batman. Fuck.
Matt
Anyway,
Reeves.
he wants to do like other shit. He wants to do Penguin season 2, like all these other movies, and it's like you're confusing people. People aren't gonna get it, especially when James Gunn starts cranking out other Batman movies, and it looks all campy because it's not gonna be dark or whatever. And they're like, what the fuck?
Here's the thing. I got a good suggestion. Let Matt Reeves do his Batman stuff, right? Don't introduce Batman into the Gunn universe until Matt
Like a
Reeves is
year after,
done.
yeah,
Yeah.
or do
He
that.
wants to do 2 more Batman movies. Fine, let him do it. He wants to do a couple more seasons of the Penguin show. Please I love season 1. It was
Yeah.
great.
I love all his shit. Batman's good. Shit he's been saying about the next one. It sounds interesting. There's rumors what villains are gonna be in it. They say could be like young Two-Face, Clayface. Let's
Yeah,
do
give
it,
me a
man.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Let's do a Clayface. Here's the only problem I have with all these superhero movies, right? And it's not just Batman, it's not just Spider-Man, but they constantly go back to the same villains, right?
Yeah.
Every Batman has had a Joker. I get it. The Joker's like a mainstay character, right? But let's get some of these obscure characters. I'm excited to see Clayface on screen. Let's do a Clayface. Let's do. That's why I was kind of excited about Batgirl because they were going to do Firefly.
Mm,
Let's see Firefly. I mean,
yeah.
I'm kind of like I was on the fence about the Batgirl movie, but I was kind of like, yeah, I might go see it just because I want to see Firefly. They might do a good job. I mean, as much as some of these actors, their interpretations of the Joker and the Penguin and Catwoman have done decently well. Let's give some other characters a chance.
There's thousands of. I mean, the comics have been around forever. There's so many villains you can use. Like, they all just go to the same Joker. That was. I'll just jump right to it. That was the other thing. Fucking Bill Skarsgård. I think that's the right
Yep.
one, right? There's so many of them. I can't keep track. He's saying he wants to play the Joker in the DCU, and some fan did a mock-up. That's the fans mock-up of him. It's like,
Nope. Nope.
oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't like
I'm
it.
sorry.
It looks
I see it,
stupid.
and all I see is what's his face? Oh, that stupid Canadian freaking
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Yes, all I
Yeah,
see is Justin Bieber right here.
exactly. It's like Justin Bieber at a Diddy party.
Yeah.
No, there was a better image of him like from like I think it was from It or something. I don't know. He does all these, or maybe it was The Crow. I didn't watch The Crow remake because I didn't want to see it. There's no need for it. That was stupid and it bombed like it should have. But yeah, I like how like when they use an obscure character and they make them popular and good. He did great. Fucking Riddler. That was a good. I mean, wasn't too big a fan of the Gimp mask, but if you think about it, like, yeah, what the fuck? I mean, he's not gonna sew a green costume with fucking question marks all over it. He would just
Yeah.
find something he's gonna buy in a store or whatever. And he does look like a creepy little pedophile fuck that would be in a box and let someone pound him in the butthole. Um, so I thought it was cool. It's a different take. And Penguin, that's like the best interpretation you'll ever see of the Penguin. It's a stupid character to begin with. Like, really, the guy is a penguin. Like, just fucking push him over and then move on. Like, it's like
Exactly.
fighting a
But
fucking turtle.
to your comic of take an obscure character and run with it and see what happens. Look what James Gunn did with Peacemaker.
Right?
Peacemaker, I mean, John Cena played Peacemaker, in the Suicide Squad movie, and then he got a TV show, got like what, 8 to 10 episodes, however long. But that show was, oh my god, I was tripping over myself watching that show. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, they did
And
about
I
two seasons, or they have third. I don't know, but it's fucking
no,
excellent.
they've done one season. Season 2 is part of this whole new James Gunn verse. It'll count, but it won't count.
Yeah,
Something
I'm not
I don't know
trusting the
how it
accounts.
ties
I
all
don't give a
together. Who
shit.
gives a fuck at this point?
Yeah, I see.
Just give me good TV to watch.
Follow Robert Patrick. He's always posting about it.
Yes.
But shit, I forgot what I was talking about now. That's what James Gunn always does though. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy is a comic book nobody ever freaking really read. Suicide Squad, another comic nobody read, makes them all popular. And Matt Reeves seems to be doing pretty good with that too. So I'm excited. They interviewed him. He was saying like there's gonna be a villain, like Penguin's gonna be in it. Obviously, it's gonna pick up after Penguin season 2. They hinted at Joker at the end of the movie. I don't know. He didn't say whether that's gonna be he's gonna be the villain. He said it's someone unsuspecting or whatever. And then there was speculation as to who would be like Clayface or young Harvey Dent. Um, but he kind of like he was like, oh, I like to. He just said like, I like to see what the fans say, and then think like, oh, I guess I could have did that. So it makes me think it's not any of those.
Hear me out. So think back. Remember Batman '89? Who played Harvey Dent in Batman '89? Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams.
And then who played Lando Calrissian in the Solo movie? What's his name?
Donald Glover. Donald
Glover. Have Donald Glover play Harvey Dent in one of these Batman movies. Just do it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I know what I've said in the past. I'm all about it. I'm here for it. They're both great actors. If they can pull it off and they can do it and they do it right, just give me a good Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
And I want like he was the Harvey Dent portrayal in The Dark Knight by Aaron, I forget his last name, was pretty good, but I want a full movie where Harvey Dent is Harvey Dent, and then the next movie he becomes Two-Face.
Yeah, he gets like crushed. You want to see him get crushed by like getting his face fucking burned on.
Right. I want a good, because there is some good stuff out there. Like, did you ever read Batman Long Halloween?
Yeah.
Remember how Harvey Dent was like through that for the most part? He was Harvey Dent, and it's Harvey Dent, Commissioner Gordon, and Batman working this whole problem. That's the type of relationship I want to see.
It could be that too, because that was what he used for the first one was that story, which is a fucking great story. If you haven't read it, go get it. I think I bought it recently for like $10 or less.
It's a
trade paperback.
And that the best part about it is it spun out two more sequels to it. Dark Victory, where they bring in Robin, and then When in Rome, which was a Catwoman story, because in that universe, kind of like what was portrayed in the Batman, Selena Kyle is oh god damn it, what's his face's name? Oh, I need to have a script.
Yeah, take notes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm just riffing right now, but no. Who was the big bad mobster in the Batman? He was killed. Huh?
Falcone.
Yeah. Yeah, Falcone. Falcone is Selena Kyle's father.
Yeah.
And so that's the type of stuff I want to see. I want them to expand upon and continue to do that. That was the whole cool thing about the end of the Joker when she gets put back into prison. She gets a letter. It was like, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen The Penguin, but at the end of the final episode, she gets a letter, and it's from Selena Kyle going, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're my half sister. We share a father." And that's the type of stuff like, ooh, ooh, you're digging deep. Oh, you're recognizing this. Let's keep going with this.
So
it was Falcone.
Yeah. Marconi is from the Penguin series. It was the rival or whatever. Comics is Falcone. I don't know.
It's Falcone, and then god damn, I need to have like all these gangsters.
Right, they need to keep track. They're just nobody's in the comic books. They're not. They're like one-page mentions at that. Yeah. Keith said that they had plans for Billy D to play Two-Face in the future Tim Burton movies, but he stepped away. And then someone said MadMike for Joker. I'll do it, pay me. And then Captain Wayne, Gen 13 would be an amazing series of movies. Yeah, Gen 13 excellent comic, which I forgot about. I actually have it over there on the other behind the camera. That was a good run.
Created Gen 13. Was that a Jim Lee?
I I think is it Mark Millar or Jim Lee? One of those two. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Oh, the Red Hood.
Red Hood.
The Red Hood.
They brought
Bunting.
him in.
Yeah.
I think in the Arrowverse, didn't they bring him in
The
there?
Red Hood. I
Jim
think they
Lee.
teased.
Yeah, that was Jim Lee, by the way. But yeah,
Okay, yeah. So the thing of it is if they do these movies, they need to bring in some of the people that know these stories very well, and not just somebody who did the Wikipedia quick read.
yeah.
I want somebody who like sat there and
Enjoyed the comic books, liked them. That's who you need to get to do it. You have to have the passion there. And
yep,
I think that's one thing that's good with Feige. I think he actually likes them. He reads he's read the comic books,
yeah.
and James Gunn too. I think he does. He knows his stuff. Someone said about Punisher also they need a good version of that. And actually,
Not a
Ray
good
Stevenson did my favorite Punisher movie, which was Warzone. A
Ray
lot of people
Stevens.
didn't
Yes.
like it, but I fucking loved it. I mean, that's what Punisher
Well,
is.
I mean, actually, I'll tell you this much. I've liked all of the Punishers. Dolph Lundgren was a good Punisher. Granted, it was loose with the story. He was a good Punisher. Thomas Jane was a great Punisher. Ray Stevenson was good. I liked it. And then oh gosh darn it.
The Walking Dead guy. I can't remember his
Yeah, the
name
Walking
either.
Dead dude. That was
He does great too.
he
John
did three good
Bernthal.
seasons. Yeah, he did 3 good seasons of the Punisher. Daredevil season 2, and then 2 of his own. I mean, and rumor has it
He's coming
he's coming
back.
back for Daredevil. Was it in 2 months?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It comes out. That's right. Yeah, 2 months.
That I'll tell you this much. That'll be a show. That'll get me back to sitting down. As soon as I get up
Yes.
and life is great, sitting down and watching TV again because it's been a hot minute since I've sat down and been like, oh. There were shows like back in the day. I would get up early. This was still when I was in uniform, in the army. I would get up early to watch the show before I went to PT. Why? Because if I didn't, there was going to be some asshole that already did and be sitting
Spoils
there
it.
going, "Did you see that the Mandalorian did this in the new episode?" Motherfucker. So no,
Yep.
I'm excited about Daredevil. I'll give it 3 or 4 episodes. If it doesn't catch me by the 3rd week, because I'm pretty certain they'll drop the first 2 episodes the first day.
Yeah.
If it doesn't catch me by the 4th episode, then I'm like, oh my god, this is great. Then I'll give up and I'll wait till it's all over and binge it.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing. But like you said, the internet does that now. You'll be scrolling through and it'll just the headline will be spoiled the next episode, and you're like, dang it.
Yep.
Does it to me with F1 races, sports, all that stuff.
Right.
What the heck was that noise? Did you hear that?
No.
It's got a bing, like you're free to move around the cabin. Anyways. I'm like, what the heck was that? Oh, it was CQ. Just finished his movie. Anyways. No
CQ
biggie.
texting?
Billy, I like what he said too. I was looking forward to that. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as iteration of Robin.
Oh,
that would have been cool
that would
to
have
see.
been that would have been interesting. Yeah, at the end of Dark Knight Rises. If they did a follow on something.
Like he wanted to do that, like from the street view. Like if you were walking down, like in real life, like in New York or something, and there was some asshole that was Batman or whatever. That's how he said he approached filming that. And I would look forward to that too, because it's like Robin in the comic books and the other movies is such a stupid character, and he's very pointless. It was like filler. He wears a green and red and yellow costume, and he's flying around at night. Like Batman's all stealthy, and then you have this little kid wearing Christmas colors, like trying to hide in the dark. It's not going to work. He's basically gonna get shot in the first 5 minutes, and that's it.
I mean, that's the whole point. As you grow up and you become an adult, especially us, being combat arms, you slowly start to realize, oh, Batman's a dickhead. He was using a kid to draw the fire so he could
These
come up
kids
from behind and be like, ah,
constantly
you're
running
using
a
it.
rabbit.
Yeah. No, I've had this idea for years. Either do it as a movie or a TV series, but do it focused on the Robin character, right? And if you did it as a TV series, like a season or two focused on Dick Grayson, and then he grows out of the Robin role and goes off and becomes Nightwing, and then the Jason Todd character comes in and he hangs around for a season or so and then gets his ass beat by the Joker, and then eventually comes along Tim Drake. But Batman is a secondary character where the Robin character is the main focus. Everything's from his point of view and his that's the way.
They kind of did it in that
Titan series.
Titans, yeah. They kind of did something like that, which was I liked it. It's pretty good, a different take. But I mean, he was more Nightwing, but
Yeah.
the Jason Todd was like kind of a d-bag.
Well, he's always been a douchebag, and that was the whole point of Jason Todd.
So I thought that was good. But yeah, that would have been cool to see what I can't remember that guy's name. Whatever, the guy that did that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever. The Jordan Gordon-Levitt, it would have seen how he interpreted the Robin character. I think he got a good start to it. And it would have been cool to see what he did with it, but he's not doing any more movies. Well, not any more Batman ones. Let's see. Creature Commandos is pretty good. Yeah, I've been watching it. You've been watching that? I like it. It's different. I watch it late at night when there's nothing else on.
I mean, the only problem with things with me right now is I've been too busy trying to reset my my collection, and then my wife had surgery, Christmas happened, all this stuff's going on, and I'm just sitting there listening to podcasts, or I mean, I really haven't sat down and watched. It took me like 3 weeks to watch 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew, and I'll get to it. It's not going anywhere. If they threaten to pull it off the air as a tax credit like they did Willow, then I'll just binge it in like a day and a half.
Yeah, you watch it on Freevee or something. Yeah, it's all right. It's just like something to kill time. All right, let me go back here. What else we got?
Oh, did you watch What If?
What If? No, I'm behind. I'm still on the last season of What If.
I will tell you this: I lied. Season 3 of What If, but that was a thing with my daughter and I. We started watching it together, so that was she really likes the animated stuff. So we watched What If. I thought season 3 was, I really didn't like the season finale or series finale because the show's over. So I was kind of like, There was some semi interesting stuff. Then there was some weird stuff in it. I don't want to spoil it, but there was bestiality in it. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, again, my daughter likes the animated stuff, but
yeah,
you can't trust this. You can't trust this modern stuff. That's why I threw her on the old DC animated stuff like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited and Batman Beyond. Yeah. She's been binging that stuff.
Yeah, we watched. I had them watch X-Men, the original X-Men, because X-Men '97 came out.
Yep.
My daughter watched it. But we haven't. Well, she hasn't watched. We haven't watched '97. Well, she hasn't watched '97 yet. And I haven't finished it. I think I still need to watch the last 2 episodes of that one. I actually forgot about it until right now. There's so much stuff, and it's like I can't keep track of it all.
Oh, you still haven't finished '97?
Nope.
Those last 2 episodes, dude. The only thing that I'm afraid of is I know that they changed creators because that original creator got fired because whatever reasons. I hope the thing that's got me fearful is the person who directed What If season 3 is doing X-Men 97 season 2, and I'm kind of like, you didn't stick the landing with What If season 3. God, I hope you stick the landing with 97 season 2
Yeah.
because that show, there were some episodes in there that was kind of like, that just happened? Did they just do that? And then how like the final, after all the action ends on the final episode of the seasons, they start leaving breadcrumbs from season 2, and you're sitting there like, oh, I know where they're going with this because I've read all the comics. Oh, don't you fuck this up. Don't you dare fuck this up. You fuck this up. Oh, and my daughter's like, what's going, like, why are you reacting like this? I'm like, we got plenty of time because it's going to take them a while. You need to read this series and you need to read this series. And then, oh, by the way, when you get done with that, you need to read this. This is all your homework,
Yeah.
And the good thing is I have all those
Yeah, there you go. Saves money. Educating them right. All right. Let's see. We got a special guest. Gonna give us a movie review. Let me bring him in here.
Oh,
what's up? Look at that ugly mug.
How you doing?
What's up? I can't see. It's too dark in there. I can't see.
It's Ray Stevenson back from the dead.
Oh, he's back. It's the other guy.
Is that better?
No.
It's the other guy.
Turn that off. There you go.
God, you're scaring the kids.
Yes. Hey, real quick. I don't want to interrupt you guys. You guys blowing each other, whatever it is you're doing over there. I was gonna say, me and Nemo just came out of Wolfman in theaters this Friday.
Friday,
January 17th.
Yep.
Real quick, do you mind if we gave you just our professional opinions?
Yeah, I mind.
Sure.
You could do it on your show when you're hosting.
I'm not. No. Okay.
No, go ahead.
If you're into those kind of movies, right? So Universal Monsters, your Draculas, your Wolfmans, your Frankensteins, those kind of things. I think it was excellent representation. Yeah. I think it was an interesting modern take. I feel like there were nuances that they added that gave this kind of a fresh, unique look at the classic kind of werewolf man kind of thing. It avoids a lot of the tropes, the pitfalls in where like, oh, it's got to be on a full moon, and and it's all we get away from that. They went with more of like almost like a Walking Dead. It's a virus, a fast acting virus kind of thing. The one thing I'll say that I'll give them massive kudos, the thing that I thought was the coolest effects of the movie was there's this, and it's not giving away spoilers, right?
Well, say there's a forced perspective.
Yes,
which is they do a really good job of using this forced perspective throughout the film, and it adds a layer to the Wolfman mythology that we've never seen before, or at least not that I recall.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah, it's a great take.
We're not spoiling anything, saying there's a Wolfman in the movie, obviously, but you get to see.
King would disagree.
Yeah, spoilers. You get to see in certain spots in the movie from his perspective, which really changes the way, like you kind of view what he's going through, and what the Wolfman is going through. Even though he's the antagonist, he's the he's the pursuer, and so it's really interesting to see it from his perspective and what he's seeing. Because it takes
question
scene and you're in the dark, and you're like, oh my god, and then you see it from his perspective. It's like, remember like the first time you saw like out of Predator's vision, and you were like, holy
that's
shit,
cool as shit.
That's what he sees. I feel like they added that to this movie. You get those glimpses of like, oh, that's what he's going through.
And it looked amazing. Like, it was actually really good effects.
The effects were really good. Mostly practical, which is always an appreciated thing.
Always appreciated.
There's subtle uses of CGI that you really have to like a trained eye or you just know, like,
I mean, there's
bones
things
aren't moving.
There's things where you very clearly couldn't do practical effects, but for the most part, it sticks really well to the practical side of things. The body horror side of it was excellently well done. Their take on what the Wolfman looks like was different. I like it because
slightly different.
It was, I mean,
hairy,
but
you know, they have
without giving too much of it away, it is a different look. It is a different take, and it still works within the mythology of what we know as Wolfman. And it wasn't corny. There were a few things that were probably a little, but you know what? I'm willing to forgive it with how good the rest of the film was. Overall.
So one of the things we were just talking about was that some of the dialogue was a bit cheesy,
a little
forced, a little out of like, you know, for instance, if you had a loved one that was literally like bleeding from the mouth, you wouldn't take that moment to go, hi, I love you. I just want you to know that I'll always be with. It's like, bitch, this is not the time. This is not the time for that shit.
I'm dying.
I'm dying over here.
Let's not spill because we're gonna spill too much. But
there's that. And then what was the actress's name? The main actress.
Oh,
I
knew it. I knew it an hour and a half ago. But
the blonde lady from the show with Bateman.
Moss Gardner.
Invisible Woman. That's a different one.
The other one. Okay.
The one who's going to play Supergirl is the main character of this movie.
Yes. Now, I will say again, I did not look into this movie beforehand. I didn't read any synopsis. Just from posters and stuff, I thought she was a child. I'm dead serious.
Like a teenager.
I thought there was, you know, because I think I saw heard one preview where she's like, Daddy's scaring us or something like that. And so in my mind, I guess it stuck that
she was the child.
She was also like there were two children. It turns out she is the mother, which just again let's take out of the movie.
His immersion was ruined.
My immersion was ruined because she looked like playing 40.
Yeah.
Okay. She has such a baby face. Maybe that's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
But I want to Google
I mean, let's
how
be
old
honest.
that
She's
woman
mid-20s.
is.
Let's be honest. She's mid-20s.
And then, like,
the math wasn't mathing for the ages of the parents.
They don't call out the specific ages at any point. But you know, we see like the main guy when he's a kid, about 10. Then it says we jump forward 30 years. So
he's
that's
40,
about 40
years old.
He's got she looks about 10-year-old daughter.
10-year-old kid, yeah.
So okay, and this woman who is his wife and the mother of his child looks like she gets carded. Let's just say that. It looks like she gets carded.
Oh, yeah.
And for her to have a 10-year-old and be married to a 40-year-old, there's just a lot of moments where it was hard to really buy this fantasy.
She looks like she gets carded at the roller coaster.
Yeah.
At the movie theater, not even for alcohol.
But look, again, we're nitpicking here. Overall, I do think it was actually a really good movie.
Yeah. I loved it.
I wouldn't even call it like a straight horror movie.
Yeah.
It's
a little different. Yeah, it's more suspense than horror.
Body horror. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a body horror movie. The Wolfman always has been, always will be. And the elements that they threw in for the body horror were excellent. There wasn't too much of it. There wasn't too little of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't leave you in suspense for like an hour of the movie where you don't see what this thing is all about. You know what I mean? It gets right to it. And once it starts, it doesn't stop until it's over. And that was excellent.
It's a very tight movie.
Yeah,
You're
very tight.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I would say there's a good, because there's like an opening.
Yeah.
Maybe
not a
15
prologue.
Minutes. There's like a prologue that's about 15 minutes, but it sets up kind of what we're doing here. And then there's maybe 5 or 10 minutes of like, you know, before they get to the place. But once you hit that, the ground,
Yeah.
you know, you're
They
off
don't
and
waste
running.
any time.
and
I love that about that
It's
movie.
very much, it's really cool. There's almost like an allegory for like, it's silly, it's a stretch, but almost like mental health in that like the slow decline.
Yeah, the decline, yeah.
And you're like, I'm not the one that's crazy. Everybody else is crazy, right? And so you kind of slowly see that until it becomes very apparent that like, oh no, he's far gone.
Yeah, which is why the forced perspective works so well.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really good.
But
really good movie. I definitely want to buy it. I'm definitely gonna probably take my wife to go see it. Excellent film.
Yeah. So long story short, if you're into those the monster myths, if you're into the vampires, into the werewolves, the Universal monsters, those kind of films, this isn't like Saw level torture porn kind of thing.
No.
This isn't Terrifier. We're talking about that. This isn't where it's gore and just
gore for the love of gore.
Love of it.
This was a good story overall.
I think it was well done.
And I'd like to see how, if they decide to really push the Universal avenue, like, we've had Invisible Man, we've had Wolfman. I'd like to see how they do unique perspectives or takes on some of the other monsters. I don't know how they'll do it. I mean, I don't know how they're going to pull a Frankenstein, but I mean, surprise me. I'm all for it, especially if it's
the way they pulled this off. I would definitely be interested to like. This would make me go, okay, I'd go see a Frankenstein.
Yeah,
like
if I knew it was
in this
like
way, it's kind of first take, or Dracula. Which I know Nosferatu is a big one right now. That's
Edgar's. I haven't watched that one. I'm surprised by I haven't seen it, but I definitely want to.
So who knows? Maybe we're in the era of monsters, man.
It'd be awesome.
And it'd be awesome. We're seeing a resurgence. But anyway, we'll let you guys get back.
I got a couple questions.
Go. Yeah, go.
So you said they do the perspective of the wolf. Do they show him taking a dump after he eats somebody?
I'm pretty sure it was a cut away.
That's a director's cut.
Director's cut. Yep.
Not from his mouth. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry, not from his mouth. Not from his ass is what I meant to say.
Question number 2. How does it compare to the greatest werewolf movie of all time, Teen Wolf 2?
It's less funny. Less humor. Yeah, less Michael J. Fox. I would say 100%.
No, not Michael J. Fox for Teen Wolf 2. That was Jason Bateman. Get your movies correct. Warrior.
That's why I didn't go with Teen Wolf 1. I knew I wasn't going to listen all the way through. He was only going to listen to the first part of it.
I didn't hear you. I heard Teen Wolf and then I cut you off. Yeah. So less Jason Bateman. I would say a better movie than Teen Wolf 2. But, overall.
That's why Michael J. Fox wasn't in part 2.
Question from the Peanut Gallery. Yeah. Were there any red rockets at all?
Next to us with the in the movie?
You're talking between us or movie?
I mean, anywhere. Both. Were there red rockets anywhere?
I will. You know what? Some things are better left seen.
You gotta watch it and find out.
You gotta watch and find out.
I mean, they are married.
There might have been some gentle humping, some gentle wolf on wolf action.
Wolf on wolf action. Yeah, sounds like The Howling.
That's the XXX parody. Wolf on wolf. Wolf.
Oh no, you need to go back and watch The Howling in the 80s.
Oh God, dude, The Howling in the 80s was excellent. I mean, it was bad, but it was excellent.
It was excellent.
Oh, it was excellent. It wasn't bad. It was excellent.
No, let's be honest. A lot of those movies were bad.
Oh,
it's okay to be bad in the 80s. That's what gives us the foundation.
A lot of cocaine.
So much cocaine. Listen to some of the scripts. 80s movies, or the fact that just about every movie required some form of nudity, even if it was about some girl who was trying to fit in with a bunch of dudes. Like, come on, I know you've seen it. I mean it's just,
that's all I have to say. Mannequin.
Oh my God.
I mean, a lot of cocaine.
Lots
of cocaine.
What was the other one? Splash. Much
weird
cocaine.
Science.
Weird Science. Let's be honest. That was a fever dream.
Oh, God.
Some guy got really coked out, had that dream, and wrote it down the next day.
Yep. Actually, if you want to talk about fever dreams that became movies. That's what Terminator was.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
but I mean,
Legitimately.
James Cameron only made the second one, right?
Oh, James Cameron made 1 and 2.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's what I wanted to say, though. But when you're talking about James Cameron, though, that motherfucker is like autistic on like the massive spectrum because that dude comes up with these fantastical worlds.
Like Rain Man
I
autistic.
mean, he's gotta be. I mean, like drop all the toothpicks and count them in seconds.
Yeah.
That's the kind of Cameron, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wapner.
about?
Wapner's on in 10 minutes. Wapner's on in 5. Wapner.
On 5. Any other questions before we call it?
Yeah, from the chats, some Captain Wayne wants to know if Wolfman's friend sparkles.
I get Twilight reference.
I get the reference.
I got the reference. That's a
Reference in a
It's
reference.
an Inception reference. No.
Reference.
No.
Reception.
In reception? No. This is solely a Wolfman movie.
Yes.
If you're hoping for like a connected universe at the end, like Frankenstein shows up or something, no. It is solely start to finish a Wolfman movie.
Although we joked that if you really wanted to tie them all together, you'd have some guy show up at the end of Invisible Man, collect the technology of the invisible suit, and then at the end of this movie, collect the DNA up from people, and then like do an Avengers thing. I'm putting together a team.
Yes, you got a monsters team.
It's the Universal Monsters.
That is the Dr. Frankenstein. He's just pieces of like the Invincible Man, piece of Dracula, piece of Wolfman.
Oh my god!
And that's the Frankenstein.
Oh my god!
So he's the Super Scroll of monsters. I don't know. All right,
that's a fever dream. Somebody.
That's it.
Get me some cocaine. I'll write the script right now. Wow!
Everyone's mad that you're interrupting my show. So
yeah,
you guys enjoy your conversation.
Hey, well, thank you guys for holding down the fort. As always, I appreciate it. I couldn't do the things that I do without you. And go check out PCWgear.com. All new merch and more is coming soon. I'm literally on the design lab making more merch. So you saw the teaser for the new one. So all right, guys, we'll catch you later. Bye.
Yeah, later.
Yeah.
He's still on there.
He saw me. Yes. No, I'm gonna get fired. I love it.
No.
Oh.
Anyways.
Right. So where
I didn't plan on watching that one. I think you only saw it because it was free video. But
yeah. So let's switch gears for a minute. You're an Xbox guy, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a PlayStation. You don't dabble in the PlayStation world.
I got one PlayStation 4 to play the Spider-Man game, and
okay,
that's it. And I was like, nah, that's the only. I think I played. What was that game? Damn it! Shit, I can't remember. Anyways, I played one other game on it. The Division. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Division.
EBI is a bitch. And that was it. I don't like it. I don't know. I just like the Xbox better.
So I will tell you this. I'm like 98% a PlayStation guy. I do dabble on. I mean, I've got an Xbox. I do dabble on it. I did get the new Indiana Jones game, and I've played a fair amount of it. But did you hear the news about Halo?
Yeah, I did.
Crossing over to PlayStation and Switch this year.
Yeah. It's about time.
It is.
Welcome to the party.
That'll be an interesting thing to happen with Halo.
It's probably the best thing to happen to PlayStation.
Well, what happens? I'm interested. Is it going to be like the Master Chief Collection that they drop, or are they going to drop it one game at a time, or something like that? Like, you know,
I think it's all of them at once, or like the Master Chief Collection. Basically, they're going to drop them all. Shit, I'm trying to find my little fucking article. I had so much shit I looked up.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I being a PlayStation guy, but the whole reason I got and I've maintained an Xbox is Halo. I mean, shit, Billy Button. Do you remember our trip to Afghanistan? Sitting there playing Halo every single night that we didn't go on mission? Hell yes. I mean, those are fond memories. And I will not, as much of a PlayStation guy I am, I will not be a hypocrite or soil, the Xbox and get PlayStation, Halo, whatever. Nope. In fact, my Xbox controller holder is a Master Chief, and I do
Nice.
have. In fact, can you see it? No, you can't see it because my TV. I do have the. Remember when Halo 3 came out and they gave you that helmet?
Yeah.
The collector's edition. I have that Master Chief Halo helmet.
Nice.
So Xbox and Halo are hand in hand. Good for them. Do it. Get the dollars. I'm all for it. Yeah, Camo guys freaking hooked up yes. Yeah, we did, Billy. Yes, that was epic times. Halo competitions in Afghanistan. Oh God, that was great. But yeah, Xbox
People
and Halo
would
are
play it in the barracks. They'd have wires running through, like to the
Oh,
other
yeah.
room and stuff. Because back then you couldn't really play
We
online.
did that in Afghanistan. Yeah,
we didn't
it
have
was
power.
awesome. Loved it.
That's Army life. You guys get all the good shit. Like no power, no AC. It's interesting though because it's like kind of late, and it's like everyone that wanted to play Halo did like you did, and they bought an Xbox to play it. I mean, it's been out a while, so it's like I feel like they're just trying to maybe get the younger kids into it or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe they're trying to win favor with them so they can buy more studios. I don't know, but
I don't know. I've heard rumors too that they're talking about like like you go buy a new laptop right now, and Game Pass is on your laptop because especially if you're running Microsoft, right? So like the biggest problem I have with my work computer is it's Microsoft bound. When I boot it up, right? Game Pass is like the third thing that pops up, and I have to shut that down, and I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything with it because it's a work computer. But yeah, I've heard rumors that they're going to stop producing Xboxes and just go straight freaking like digital, in the future.
That's I heard that too. They're saying all consoles they'll just go straight computer. That's what was it Steam kind of does. That's kind of their kind of concept. They say that's the next big gaming company aside from Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. But we'll see. That's announced too with the Switch 2. They say I think in 2 days they're going to announce that when that comes out. Not a big deal. People are excited about it. It's like Nintendo, they don't do much to change things, so I don't think it's worth it. I'm not excited about it. I know people are. But that was one of the things they said. Like Halo's going to be on that as well. They're going to have a couple new games. Mario Kart, of course. Mario Kart was their like best-selling game of all time.
It's going to be their flagship game. Mario, anything Mario is their flagship.
Yeah. So they're going to do an open world Mario or whatever, Super Mario, whatever they call it. And then another Mario Kart, which would be 9, I think, right? 9. I think 8 was the one on the Switch that came out like fucking 5 years ago.
Yep.
So yeah, and then they announced other games that they were going to port over a couple of other games. Final Fantasies are going to be available on that Switch 2 as well. I don't know. There's a bunch of leaks. People, I guess people that make aftermarket stuff like add-ons, like screen protectors and shit like that, like leaked the designs of it and stuff a couple weeks ago, and then someone has like a full mock-up of it online and stuff like that too.
I saw, but I
It looks
didn't
the
click
same to
on it.
me.
I saw the supposed price of the Switch 2 is supposed to be out, and then the actual release date supposedly out. And I'm like, I don't care because
I
my
didn't know it was coming out until you keep posting about it.
yeah.
The big
I
thing
mean,
is there's a new button and everyone's wondering what it does. Like, whoa. How about everyone else is like, we got, 7,000 X, pixel, whatever graphics, and
yeah.
we got an Ultron 35,000 hard drive, and you're going to be able to, beam the game into your room. Nintendo's like, we added a new button.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It,
it's Nintendo. It's
but
for
that's the
kids.
thing.
Kids are what makes it popular. Like,
Switch has never been a big um graphics or excuse me, Nintendo in of itself was never a big graphics thing. It was just
I call them like time killer games. It's just like
yeah.
it's like
Um
intro. It's how kids get into games is through
yeah,
Nintendo, and then you go up to Call of Duty or whatever.
right. Like years ago, the before I well, I years and years ago, I had a GameCube, and the only reason I got GameCube was a couple of games.
Tokyo
Um,
Drift. No, it was Dreamcast.
no, that was Dreamcast. Yeah, no, one of them, one of the games I got was like Rogue Squadron or whatever because it was on Nintendo, and then um, a couple other games. But there was a period of time when I had all three systems, PlayStation, Xbox, and then the GameCube, and whatever game came out, I was all over it. And then I said, forget this, you know. But yeah, Nintendo's never been a really big graphics. It's been like quality games, and they've been more of the family oriented, you know, game system
It's
because Mario is
nostalgia. Mario. If you want to play
yeah,
Mario games, that's where you go. Like that's what people do. Donkey Kong,
or Zelda or
Zelda,
Metroid.
Metroid
Yeah,
Prime. Which, by the way, if you're waiting on Metroid Prime, what was it? The newest one? Shit, what's the name of it? I had the thing.
who cares? It's Metroid.
Anyways,
Like in like,
yeah.
sorry.
Amazon Prime Beyond. That's it. Metroid Prime Beyond. If you pre-ordered it, Amazon refunded you your money finally. Thing was supposed to come out like they announced it in 2017. They say it's coming out this year. It was supposed to come out early. They pushed it back to end of 2025 now. So Amazon's just like, we're not waiting anymore. Here's your money back. You're too unreliable.
Here's
It's about
another
8
game
years.
that keeps getting the can kicked down the road. Assassin's Creed Shadows. It was supposed to be released mid-February. Now it's getting pushed to March 20th. Does anybody want to take any bets that they're going to push it again?
Yeah. They'll probably just cancel it. It's nobody.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. Nobody. It's the same thing over and over. What they announce, nobody wants. Nobody's interested in it. Just can't scrap it and make another one. Try again, player.
Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, when was the last Assassin's Creed game you finished? Not played, finished.
None of them. I started the. I'm notorious for not finishing games. I've started like every game I've ever played, and never finished one of them. I'm a Call of Duty guy, but I've never played the story. Yeah, CQ will tell you all about that. Last and only one I ever played was the Revolutionary War one.
Oh wow! So that's like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this much: I finished Odyssey, which was the Greek one from like I don't know, we'll say 5 years ago. I might be off. I tried to play. Now it's got to be more than 5 years ago because I tried to play Valhalla, which was the one before. No, 2 games back. I'm probably a third, if halfway through Valhalla. I bought whatever the one after that was Assassin's Creed Mirage or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Never even loaded it. I'm not interested in Shadows. And I like ninjas and stuff, and I'm not interested in it at all.
No.
Um,
That guy already creeps around as it is. So it's like,
yeah,
we already got it. We're good. Now he's gonna
exactly.
have what? He's gonna have a ninja star, or smoke. Like I think he already throws smoke, doesn't he?
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
know.
Here's the thing. Out of the last 5 games that I have bought, um, 4 of them have been like nostalgia-based games, like they're side scrollers or shoot. The last game I bought physically, which was about a month ago, right before Christmas, I bought the Marvel versus Capcom collection.
Oh,
So my
nice.
daughter and I could play because we like to play, co-op type games or whatever, games that we can sit there on the couch and play together.
Yeah.
And we're playing what were we playing? Marvel versus Capcom, I think it was. And this little nerd, she gets Thanos, right? She beats me like a dozen rounds consistently because she has Thanos in that freaking Infinity Gauntlet. And this 8-year-old turd is just beating the smack out of me, and I'm like, I can't. I almost threw the controller through the screen. That's how frustrated I got. Finally, I was able to beat her, but I was like, what is going on here? Like, what? But that's the type of stuff that in like Ninja Turtle games.
Yeah.
Mainly, I'm buying games now that I can play with my kid.
That's what I've been doing too. We did Capcom a while back. It was on Game Pass. So I wrecked them in that. Did the Turtles? Was it Turtle Mayhem? It's kind of like a
There
throwback
was
to the old arcade one. It was like
there was
$20.
yeah, it was Mutant Mayhem, which was
Mutant
kind of
Mayhem.
reminiscent of the arcade game. And then like a year or so ago, there was the Cowabunga collection, which was all the no, that was a couple of years ago. But the Cowabunga collection was all the old games collected into one. And then there was another one, I think it was called Shredder's Revenge, which was another one that was reminiscent of the old arcade game that was a little bit more modern. And again, we've played all those games. In fact, remember the old NES Ninja Turtles game from
Mm-hmm.
like when we were kids?
Yeah.
Yes, I finally was able to beat it.
Nice.
Yes, I got past the what was it? The seaweed the electric seaweed level. We had to
Yeah.
disarm all the bombs. Finally got past that.
Nice.
Yeah, but
I know I've been playing Rivals. I know we talked about it too.
yeah,
It's a time killer. It's kind of like the old school fighting games or whatever. I like it. It's nothing spectacular. I play it because it's free on Game Pass. It's
I've
what
got it.
most of the
It's
games
free.
I play now are on Game Pass. I don't buy shit.
Well, see,
I don't know in like 2 years.
interesting
Um,
you mentioned that. So, you know how this new Indiana Jones game came out, right?
right on
And
Game Pass. Yeah. I was gonna buy
so
it, and I told CQ, and he's like, "It's free on Game Pass, dumbass." I was like, "Oh
so
shit."
I bought it, and because I don't have Game Pass on Xbox, I have it the equivalent on PlayStation, but I don't have it on Xbox. But I bought it, and then I found out that dumbass, it comes to PlayStation in the spring. But fuck it, who cares, right?
Uh,
And I'm playing it, and I'm like, this game is awesome. And then I go hear some kind of like reviews and kind of state of play type stuff about it, and the game's not doing well. You know why it's not doing well? Because people were playing it like you, Mad Mike and CQ, on Game Pass for free instead of paying for the game, and the game's not doing well because the revenue's not there.
uh,
So yeah, they're basically saying the game's a flop, but it's not a flop.
it's
It's a
not a
great
flop.
game.
They need to do like streaming services and get like
Yeah,
plays or something. Like it's the number one played game. Like they should have like
yeah.
Netflix does, like top 10, and then you get the counts that way because it's
Well,
popular. Like you just need to go get your money from Microsoft Player.
And here's the crazy part: the I think it's Nolan North, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that voices Indy.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds like a young Harrison Ford. He sound like it's like
That's
there's a
awesome.
couple of points in that game where I'm like, wait, is that who? Wait, did they get Harrison? No, they didn't. I'm like, oh my god, this sounds like him. Especially that opening scene where they recreate the first scene in Raiders.
Nice.
I was like, dude, this is an awesome game.
What's his name? Mark Hamill does a good Harrison Ford impression too.
Well, Mark Hamill's also, slowly become more of a voice actor than anything.
Yeah. I think he was on Jimmy Kimmel or something, and he did an impression recently.
Yeah,
But,
I've seen some of his Harrison Ford impressions. He's pretty good.
So Marvel Rivals, like I said, I play that. A lot of news with that game. If you haven't played it, check it out. If you have Xbox Game Pass, it's free. It kills time.
It's free
pretty
on
fun.
PlayStation as well. Just download
Oh,
it.
it's free. Cool, yeah. It's fighting game, kind of like, I don't know, whatever. It's a fighting based game, but it's not like scroller type deal. But
It's a co-op type game. Yeah.
I liked it because, like, usually when these games come out, like, they only have like 6 characters or whatever. They have like a fuck ton of characters you could play as from the Marvel universe.
I think they have an easy pushing like 3 dozen characters.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit! There's like, and it's like a lot of people that you're like, holy fuck, I'll play with that.
Oh yeah.
Like Wolverine, like Punisher, and the first season ended. They do seasons where they, give new characters and add stuff to the shop where you can buy different costumes or whatever, if that's your thing. The new season's out, and they're doing Fantastic Four, which they added Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, and
Yep.
then the creator came out and said that they're going to do, usually a season's 3 months, so you would have to wait 3 months for the next characters. They said they're going to cut it in half. They're going to release, so they're going to do releases, what is that, every mathing 6 weeks, I guess. So in 6 weeks you'll get the next 2 characters or however many they're going to release, which is good. I hate waiting 3 months. A lot of people stop playing after a while if nothing changes, and like especially with a game like this, it's the same shit over and over again. And there's a lot of exploits, like certain characters are overpowered, and there's hacks already. Like, if you have an Xbox, you can get banned permanently by using, there's like a device you hook up, and you can make your Xbox controller like a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Anyways, they said they'll ban you if you do that. So it's good they're doing a faster release schedule to keep people playing, because it's very easy to lose interest. They have like stories, like this one is Doctor Doom and Dracula and the Darkhold. So you do certain things and you unlock stuff. But there was also a rumor, like the next 2 characters we already know what it's going to be. It's going to be Thing and Human Torch.
Gotta complete that Fantastic Four.
Exactly. And then the rumors, someone like, they found a leak somehow, or they hacked or whatever, but they
Right.
found out like the supposed next also characters sometime, they don't know when exactly, but I guess this year we're gonna get Professor X, Jia Jing. I'm not familiar with that character. That's the other thing, they do some obscure characters that most people never heard of, like there's like a shark one. I can't remember his name. I never heard of that one.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. Jeffrey the shark. The
He's
land
in
shark.
there.
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl's in there, like stuff like that. So I guess Jia Jing is one of those. Paste Pot Pete, aka the Trapster. He's gonna be a character. Colossus, and then Locust. So it's cool. And then there's also Another leak that supposedly Cyclops is coming. It'll be pretty cool
I want to know.
see what they do.
I want to see what version. If they're going to do Professor X, I want to see, is Chuck going to be in his wheelchair? If he's going to be in his hover chair, or is this going to be the Chuck that's freaking running around on 2 legs?
Right. He's a support character, so I'm gonna. I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say hover chair is my guess. Just because
And
wheelchair
is he going to look
is
like?
gonna be hard to do, like to roll around. It's gonna be too much work. Hover chair is easy. He's support. He'll probably do like healing and some power, kind of like Invisible Woman or something, like freeze people, and then you shoot a mind ray. I don't know.
Now, is he going to look like Patrick Stewart, or is he going to look like the comics, or like who's he going to look like? That's
So this game does like, it's almost like a anime type version of the characters. It's pretty unique. Like none of them really are exactly like the comic books. It's like a cross between like Japanese style Marvel. But he's gonna be bald. I guarantee it. Look like kind of like from the animated series, just like a modern Japanese style take on it. That's my guess, and I'm gonna say hover chair. I'm calling it now.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll look like X-Men in the animated series.
Yeah. Or maybe something completely different. They'll give him hair, full head of hair, beard.
Oh, you mean like Lex Luthor?
Yeah. Hi. Juice Man says, hi, white people. Hola. Michael Chiklis. Cool. So yeah, that's enough of that. Pokemon, you into Pokemons?
Never.
Me either. It's like so popular, but I never got into it. And like all my nephews and stuff are all into it. And
my daughter's all about the cards. She's got a collection of cards. She plays with her friends. I never got into it. Not even dabbled in it. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah, I'm not big into anime at all. I just never could get into it.
I'll dabble in anime, but I'm not a big. So
they're doing a partnership with McDonald's, and they're gonna have packs, special packs or whatever, and Happy. Oh, excuse me, Jesus, sorry. I guess they did it across overseas somewhere. They're gonna do it here. You're gonna get a special. Is it 5-card pack? 5-card pack. Each one's gonna have a hologram in it. Four Happy Meal boxes will be offered, highlighting different Pokemon: Charizard, Dragonite, Pikachu, Rayquaza, Roaring Moon. They're also going to have stickers and double-sided posters you can get. And that's going to start on January 21st and go to February 24th. So.
Oh, sounds like I'm going to be taking the kid to get a Happy Meal every couple of weeks.
Yeah, get in line. I'm sure that's going to sell out fast. It's like so popular. And they say it's going to be like dragon themed because I guess it's Dragon Discovery Happy Meal is what it's called. Year of the Dragon or something.
We'll see.
So yeah, if you're into that, I'm sure it'll be like, I'm sure they're going to sell out. People collect the shit out of those.
Oh yeah.
Cards. So yeah, get you a booster pack if you're interested. I don't know. Every time I go for one of these things, when they announce it and I go to get a Happy Meal, they either don't have any toys or it's something that like was never even advertised. Like, no, we don't have that. We got like Charlie Brown. It's like, what the fuck? Where'd you get? This isn't even a movie in like 10 years. Why the fuck do you have that? So I don't even bother. I don't mess with McDonald's anyways. It's just disappointment.
So Billy Bunting wants to know what our thoughts on Superman trailer is.
Oh, all right. I didn't even bother. I thought you guys might have talked about it last week.
Oh no, well, I haven't talked about it. CQ and Nemo talked about it last week. In fact, I think Nemo went in depth with the trailer. What are your thoughts about this new Superman?
I don't know. I have a unique perspective on these things because
Yeah,
I'm always disappointed, and everyone says like I'm so negative or whatever. I liked it. I think it has a lot of potential.
right.
A lot, like a few things I'm not like excited about, but I'm willing to go see it. I think it'll be all right. But then again, it's like I don't want to get my hopes up because the fucking DC always lets you down like nonstop. But if anyone can make a good DC movie, it would be James Gunn. He hasn't disappointed yet, so it'll be a first time if it does. But Crypto was my big thing. I think it's such a
Yeah.
fucking stupid character. And even when they announced it, I was like, really? Why? Like, come on. It seems like they just brought him in to save him. Like, if you see the preview trailer or whatever they call it, he's beat to shit on the ground, and then he calls him to take him home. And it's like, I think that was the whole reason they brought him in. Other than, I think he's supposed to be in Supergirl as well, which is filming now. But I hated Crypto. It's stupid. Like, it's just to sell comic books.
Here's the thing I don't like about it, and I semi agree with you. The whole point that like the opening scene is Superman and he's got his ass beat. Superman like is supposed to be like he is supposed to be like the dude. Like he leads the Justice League. He leads like the DC heroes. You know, there's not supposed to be. I got it. There's Superman's got his weaknesses: kryptonite, magic, doomsday. Right. Outside of that, now they're supposed to touch and phase Superman. Superman's supposed to be the guy that leads everything. And I don't know. The fact that Superman shows up and he's got his ass beat and needs Crypto to come save him. Okay, it was kind of a cute scene. The dog comes and grabs him by the cape and drags him home. Cool. 2, I got a feeling that this is going to be an ensemble cast, and this is Superman. If it was the Justice League movie, and you got Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, okay, it's a Justice League movie. But I don't know. I see where James Gunn does great with ensemble casts, and yeah, he did Peacemaker, and that was a decent show, but it kind of in the background was an ensemble cast. Superman's not an ensemble cast type movie. Sure, he's got Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen and Perry White. Outside of that, like they're not the ones fighting the bad guys. It's Superman. So
I think he does that for a couple reasons. It's the solo Superman movies have been done so many times, like Batman, and then
yeah.
So I think he was kind of going away with that, and like you said, he's a niche for the ensemble superhero movies. But yeah, and they've done it before. Every one of them does it where he gets his ass beat and then he comes back. It's like the whole Rocky concept.
Yeah.
He's all powerful, and then some dude beats the shit out of him, and then he's got to I needed to hug people more, and that makes me more powerful, or some stupid learn a lesson, and then you're all the more better for it, and then you reach deep down and beat the shit out of the guy that beat you up before. My guess, the thing I didn't get was like, yeah, he's all beat up, but it's like you're on Earth and the sun is what makes you powerful. So how the fuck are you so beat up you're not healing. Like that'd be like Wolverine if somebody just beat the shit out of Wolverine. It's like he fucking heals himself. Superman does the same shit. So it's like my guess is maybe he got kryptonited, but it's like even that should wear off. So
supposedly the leaked rumors is Lex Luthor creates a kind of clone of Superman. It starts off as Ultraman and then basically evolves into Bizarro. But he gets his ass beat by that, and then he comes back from it and saves the day. I guess that's the gist of the movie. I don't know. I get that freaking Nathaniel what's his name? Oh, god damn it. What's his name? I want to say Nathaniel Fallion, but it's not it.
Nathan Fillion.
Thank you. Nathan Fillion. I get it. He's kind of faithful looking Guy Gardner, but he looks like a fucking douchebag.
That's how he always looks. That's his whole
I get
thing.
it.
That's his whole. That's
it.
how he's in every role. It's fucking awesome.
I know, but I get it. He looks like a freaking faithful Guy Gardner, but he looks like a douchebag with that bowl cut. Fuck, man. And I'm telling you, he's probably gonna play it great, and it's gonna be an awesome character. He looks like a douchebag, and I just want to be like, fuck, dude. The 80s called and they want their fucking bowl cut back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's such a stupid fucking haircut. But yeah, and I've also never really been a fan of Superman.
No.
I think it's a
stupid, I'll be honest with you.
Stupid fucking character, and I never
Overpowered.
Yeah, it's not really relatable. I don't know. I never liked him. I was a Batman kind of guy. But
even though last month I got 2 Superman figures. I got a Christopher Reeve and a freaking oh damn it. God, tonight I'm spacing on names. Man of Steel. Henry Cavill. I got a Henry Cavill figure and a Christopher Reeve figure last month. So nice. I'm Supermaned out. I've got my freaking Justice Leagues complete.
Yeah. That speaking of Justice League, the director for The Flash was talking about that shitty fucking movie, and he's like, trying to say that people that it didn't do good because people don't like the character. Which one? It's
Fuck
like
you.
It's
you. No.
Yeah, it's Superman, it's Batman, Superman, and the Flash. Those are the top 3 that fucking kept DC in business. Like that's what the comic books were. It's the fact that you made a shitty fucking movie with the actor that nobody wanted to see. You had to you did the same fucking story, Flashpoint Paradox, the same fucking shit that we've already got. Like it was done on the show like fucking forever. Like it's been done on the cartoons like fucking a bunch of times. Like yeah, it's one story. It's probably one of the better ones the Flash has had. It's just we've had enough of it, and you did a fucking terrible job with it. It was a shitty fucking script. You threw in a bunch of you threw in Michael Keaton, which is the only reason people went to see the fucking thing in the first place, and yeah, and it didn't help that your lead actor was fucking beating women up in bars.
Nope.
So, and you had shitty fucking special effects. You didn't even finish them, and you fucking released a movie. It's a whirlwind of stuff, and you make shitty fucking movies. How about that? You're a terrible director.
Yeah.
That's my rant. Sorry, MadMike rants. I saw that. It kind of pissed me off. It's like, you made a fucking shitty movie. It's not the character, you cocksucker.
Hey, want to talk about freaking more movies that are potentially going to be shitty? And no, I'm not being a freaking asshat. Cap 4 going back into reshoots. We're actually 30 days away from the film releasing, and we're back in reshoots.
Yeah.
Movie's supposed to release on February 14th, and we're in reshoots. Why? Because rumor has it they did a test screening, and the audiences didn't like the way the movie ended. So they're going back and reshooting the ending.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's another like, what's this? Don? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Truong. He said, "And weird running for the Flash." It's like, yeah, who the fuck runs like that? Yeah, that was really distracting. I forgot about that. But yeah, Captain America: Brave New World. Even when they did the Falcon and Winter Soldier, actually, in End of Avengers, when they made Falcon Captain America, I was not a fan. That was a comic that came out when Marvel was trying to be, DEI, all inclusive bullshit. It spun from there. I've said it a bunch of times. It's fucking stupid. Captain America is who he is because he's fucking got fucking serum that makes him stronger, faster, and an all around badass. Now you got a guy that fucking in the comic books it's even worse because he just has a stupid fucking hawk that flies around with him, fucking falcon.
Yep.
It's an actual bird and not a stupid drone. Either way, a drone's not much better. Just like fucking Hawkeye with his stupid bow and arrow. And you're just gonna give him a shield and say, "Get out there, best of luck." It's like you might as well be in the Russian army charging the Ukrainian lines. Like it's not gonna it's stupid. And then you're gonna go up against a Hulk. Get the fuck out of here. He's one punch. That shield's gonna go right and through his fucking neck and cut his head off or break his chest or whatever. It's not gonna stop him from getting hurt. He's still gotta hold it. Like Cap did it because he's strong. He's able to hold and throw the thing. That guy, he can't throw it. It would be no different than one of us throwing it. It's not gonna hurt anyone. Like it's stupid.
The shield should have gone to Bucky.
Yeah,
like it originally did when Steve Rogers passed away after the Civil War in 2006, 2007. It went to Bucky, and Bucky was capped for like 2 years until Steve Rogers eventually came back. Courtesy
which
of
makes
comics.
sense because he's got fucking a knockoff soldier serum. Like he
Yep.
can do it. Falcon
And
can't
he's got
do
that.
shit. It's not.
Which arm is his robotic arm? The left arm, right arm, whatever.
I think it's the right
He's
arm.
but he's got a robotic arm. And plus
He's got the tools of
grew
the
up.
trade.
Yeah, he grew up with Captain America. Now, granted, Falcon, he was his sidekick for however many years, but anyways,
They went with ideals.
rumor has
It's like, oh yeah, he's got the good ideals, and he really, he's a good person. It's like that's not gonna. You're fighting super fucking people, like super whatever, super powered. Jesus, I can't fucking talk today. Super people with superpowers. You have no powers. You have a jetpack and you don't have armor. You have a stupid jetpack and a drone.
Rumor has it in the Thunderbolts movie, which is going to be the movie that follows Cat 4. There's going to be a scene with Red Guardian and Bucky. And the Red Guardian, they're kind of like watching the news, talking about what happened with Falcon Cap. And Red Guardian looks at Bucky and goes, "Why didn't you get the shield?" Or something like, "You should have gotten the shield. Why aren't you Captain America?" And so I don't know. There's rumors that maybe moving forward.
You want to make a good fucking movie? Make fucking Red Hulk crush him and kill his ass, and then fucking at the end of Thunderbolts, give the fucking shield to Bucky, and then fucking people will be coming in their pants. I'll give you that one for free, right Marvel. Now. If you want any more, you have to hire me $500,000 a year, player.
Wait. I'm seeing the future. CQ is going to get freaking passes to Thunderbolts. You and I are going to be here. When does Thunderbolts come out? In May?
Yeah, maybe.
So you and I are going to be sitting here. It's going to be May. He's going to call in and be like, "Oh my God, I just watched Thunderbolts. Oh my God. Oh, I've got to spoil it for you guys. Oh my God, I'm so excited." And he's going to tell us, and we're just going to be sitting there and be like, "What are you talking about?" On January 14th, Mad Mike and I called the movie. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What are you talking?
See
You think
our
you're
episode.
special? we called it freaking like 3 months ago, 5 months ago. Shut up. All right. Anyways, next story.
Marvel would never. Yeah, they wouldn't. They don't have the balls. They got to do the equal opportunity bullshit. They're probably gonna make him
Well-
make out with the Red Hulk, and then they're gonna have a weird Falcon Hulk or something.
I don't know. There's some rumors out there that Marvel's talking about like fixing this stuff. There's
Well, they
rumors
did
that it's
hire what's his name back for a role to be determined. Who played him? Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
So they could do
Got
it.
it.
Like I said,
They've got-
kill him off in this one. Bucky takes it, and then you bring him back in the Avengers or whatever, and then people will be like, "Oh my god, Mad Mike and Elf fucking called it." Like 100 people watching.
I don't know. We'll
Anyways.
see what happens.
But
Yeah.
speaking of stupid shit that Disney's doing, you ever watch this show, the movie Holes, back in the day with Shia LaBeouf?
I know what you're talking about. No, I'd never watched it.
I watched it. One of the kids watched it a long time ago. They're rebooting that. It's a TV show, and of course, classic Disney fashion, they are gender swapping the role. So the lead character is a boy. In the movie, it was played by Shia LaBeouf. It was also written by the same guy that wrote the book, which was super popular. But they're like, Disney's like, let's make it a girl and redo it. That'll be on Disney Plus for everyone to be disappointed and let down in. Not sure why that's a thing or they're redoing it. I mean, it's still on Disney and it's popular, but they just got money to waste. What else? Supergirl started filming, I think yesterday. Another, I don't know. I think it's
We'll see.
stupid fucking character. It's also done just for money for comic books. Comic books used to come out all the time. They had to do a lot of shit to keep people to buy them. This was one of them, along with Superwoman, Crypto the dog. For some reason, James Gunn wants to make it. This is the second movie I think that's coming out, right? Of his things.
I don't know.
I've
lost track.
It's fucking. I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm not interested in seeing it. The storyline they're following is it's like fuck. Let me find it. Hold on. It's like a 6-part comic series that came out. I guess it's one of the more well-known of the Supergirl. I don't read them. I never did. But it's kind of like the movie True Grit, if you ever watched it. The original one was John Wayne, and then the newer one with Jeff Bridges, which is pretty fucking good. But it basically follows 21-year-old Supergirl, one of the last survivors of Krypton. And she's going through the galaxy trying to get justice for the guy that killed her dad. His name's Krim. And that's the basis of it. And she's also got Crypto that goes along with her. It's an 8-issue run. I don't know. Not interested, but we'll see. I'll wait for the trailer to come out. But I've never been a fan of Supergirl. They did the show. I tried watching it. Couldn't get into it. I just...
Same.
It's just a money grab. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Can't get into it. Never read any comics or nothing. So it's a weird choice to do. A Woman of Tomorrow is what it's called. I think the comic book run was the same thing. It's called Woman of Tomorrow. Also, big news from that was they cast Jason Momoa as Lobo, which also makes me want to watch it less. If there's one actor that I can't stand more than Vin Diesel, it's Jason Momoa. He kind of looks the part, and he said he wants to do it, but he does anything for money, and he fucking ruins everything he touches. He's like not like he has no range. He acts the same way. Like he's too good
Yeah.
to be here all the time. I guess it's like me on the show, but I don't get paid. It's just I don't know. I'm just not a fan of him. Like
Did you see Aquaman 2?
Lobo's a badass fucking character. He should be Superman, not Super fucking Girl. No, I didn't see Aquaman 2. Fuck would I watch that for?
Well, the only reason I watched it was a couple weeks ago while my wife was recovering from her surgery, and she's sitting in front of the couch watching it, and I'm like, made dinner. We sat down and ate dinner, and I'm like, so we're watching this? She goes, yeah, why? What's wrong with it?
That's you. Well, his wife did that with the first one. She's like, you don't want to watch Aquaman? I was like, fuck no.
She looks at me and goes, it's a comic book movie. You don't want to watch this? I'm like,
nobody wants to watch
okay,
that.
it's on. I'm gonna watch it.
I feel bad. Sorry.
No comments.
Yeah. It's hot garbage. It's stupid stupid fucking character. They made fun of it in the Entourage. That's how bad of a character it was. They fucking were mocking it, and DC like didn't get it. They're like, "Oh, look, they did it in the show on HBO. Let's fucking make it happen. It was a hit on that show. It'll be a hit." I mean, they got lucky because people are dumb and they went and saw it. There's a lot of women that went and saw it or whatever because Jason Momoa.
It's Jason Momoa.
Yeah. He's like, looks so dirty to me. Like, take a shower, dude. I don't know.
That's why
but it's a stupid fucking character. Even fucking Submariner, like, and they did him in it's like so
Wakanda 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Black
like
Panther
you're
2.
underwater, like, and cats are afraid of water. Like, come on. I don't know. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb concept. You're in the water. You talk to fish. You throw a trident. Like, again, talk like lame. You're going like a Hulk that's impenetrable skin and super strength, and you throw a trident. I don't know. Fight the dude that has a fucking drone and a shield. That's a good matchup, I guess. Dumb shit, and then they wonder why their fucking people aren't going to see their movies because you load us with shitty fucking stupid characters. So much other characters they could have done there. So I don't know.
That's why Hugh Jackman's gonna be playing Wolverine until he's 90.
They could. So many other people like they can get to play him, but it's like, oh, it worked. Anyways,
oh god, here we are. Pop Culture Warrior sings "Who Are These Guys?" CQ.
It was funny like a year ago.
Sit down in front of your setup. Hop on. Let's go. Let's make this a threesome.
Other throwbacks, all the old Adult Swim shows we used to watch, or people used to watch, are coming back on HBO Max. They got a partnership with Adult Swim and Warner Brothers. They're bringing back Amazing World of Gumball. You ever watch that one?
A long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, I never watched it. I've been watching these late at night when my wife falls asleep. I watch a lot of cartoons, so I kind of went back to the old Adult Swim stuff. I haven't watched this one yet. I might give it a shot. I'm watching like Harvey Birdman and shit like that. But
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
I think it's this one. Is it this one? One of them has Mark Hamill is actually gonna voice one of the characters.
Doesn't surprise me. Like I said earlier, Mark Hamill's a better now he's a better voice actor than he is anything else.
Yeah. Well, he did the Joker forever, which most people didn't know. And he needed money. Like, he didn't have any other roles after Luke Skywalker. Everyone knew him as that. You can't do anything else, so he went to voice acting. I think it's the other one. Regular Show is another one that's coming back. This is it. He's going to be on Regular Show. What character? It just says he'll take a part. It doesn't say which character he's gonna play. I haven't watched this one either. But yeah, so they have a few. Shit. One of these had the other shows that were going to be on there. Anyways, yeah, if you have Max, I think they're all coming out this year or next year. Those two, World of Gumball, regular show, all coming back. King of the Hill, I think, isn't that coming? I think that comes out this year as well.
There's supposed to be a reboot of, or a, whatever they call it, a continuation of, and Bobby's supposed to be, in his late 20s or early 30s or whatever it is.
He likes charcoal, not propane. Big twist.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I forgot about it earlier. We were talking about X-Men. The lady from Wicked that played the Wicked Witch or whatever, Cynthia.
Please no.
Erivo, she said in an interview that she would like to play Storm. It's like one of her next roles.
I hate to say it like this. She's too old. If you're gonna do X-Men right, she's too old. If you're gonna do Storm, you need to do somebody that's in there like
younger, like
early to mid 20s.
Like she kind of looks like her because she's like bald. If you watch her in the interview, she's like the newer version where she's bald or whatever. I guess it's newer to me. I don't know. That was like 10, 15 years ago, but but I don't know. Yeah, I would go with a more unknown, and like you said, younger. You got to do all the X-Men younger. That way you can, span it out to 15 years like you did.
Yeah.
The first, what do they call it? Iteration of Marvel.
But here's the thing. It depends on which way Marvel's going to do this. Rumor has it like they're going to do, what is it? Battle World and then Secret Wars or whatever it is, or Avengers Doom and then Secret Wars, and after Secret Wars they're going to do some sort of like soft reboot, and then when they do that soft reboot, they're going to bring in the X-Men, right?
Right.
And depending on how they bring in the X-Men, if the X-Men have been, when this whole universe kind of opens up, the X-Men have been established and they've been around for like a couple years. Okay, yeah, you can bring in your Wolverines and your Storms and your Cyclopses, or excuse me, your Colossus and your Nightcrawlers. But if this is like day one X-Men, don't bring me in a Storm. No. Bring me in your strike that. Bring me in your Cyclops, your Jean Grey, your Beast, Angel, and your Iceman.
Yeah.
I mean,
go old school, original, and then build it up from there. Keep the people coming back. I agree, and that's the person who wrote that article actually said, yeah, like they don't know if they're even going to bring in Storm or what yet, and it's like, yeah, bring her in later. Like, I think, was it in the cartoon they brought her in kind of later too, or
no, in the cartoon when they did
one of them they showed her.
When they did X-Men X-Men the animated series, she was there like day one, but you could tell that X-Men team had been around for a while. Like, you show up, and it was also on the perspective of Jubilee. So X-Men the animated series, season 1, episode 1, Night of the Sentinels, that was done from the perspective of Jubilee. She's coming into this whole being a mutant and being introduced to the X-Men. But it's obvious the X-Men have been around for a hot minute. If that's how you introduce the X-Men into the MCU, okay, cool. Then you can have your Storms and your Wolverines and whatever X-Men characters you want, your Gambits and your Rogues. But if you're going to start it like day one, hey, this is the first day of class at Professor Xavier's School for the Gifted, then it needs to be Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, Beast, and Angel.
Yeah, I agree, and they shouldn't do it that way either. you're selling yourself short. You're like so much more that you could do down the line. If you start right off like that, you just wasted so much storytelling, so much like reveals that you could do and stuff like that. I would say start off like introducing Professor X, maybe throw in a fucking Magneto, like but show him like doing campaigning or something, like, oh, there's mutants out there, and they need, they have rights and shit like that. And then have Professor X like start creating a school or whatever, and he's not friends with his buddy. Kind of do that aspect, like introduce him in fucking the movies, like give him a couple lines here and there, like, oh, whoever's at, like, you could do Mr. Fantastic or whatever, Reed Richards is somewhere and Professor X is giving a speech or some shit, or he's on the news or something like that. And then that's how I would go at it. Approach it like that, and then you hit him with a movie or whatever down the road.
Here's the thing. When they introduced the X-Men in the original X-Men movie back in, what was it, 99? Or was it 2000? Anyways, when the original X-Men movie came out back in the day, right? I kind of liked how they introduced everything. One, the X-Men team was established. Two, through the first third of the movie, you got introduced kind of sort of to everybody and kind of sort of like their past, like that opening sequence with Magneto back in World War II at that concentration camp. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then, you go to that Senate hearing, and, Jean Grey is talking to the congressman and explaining things, but in the background is Charles and Eric, and the line that sticks with me: "We're the future, Charles. We're the future." And as Magneto's walking away from Xavier sitting in his wheelchair, but here's the other thing. They picked two great actors to portray those characters. Mm-hmm. Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier, forget about it. No one right now is going to top that. I'm sorry.
Well, and he looked just like him, like old, like from the show. Like that's it. He looks exactly like him in real life. Like you can't you're never going to top those two.
And then you get damn it, I'm screwing it up with names tonight. But the guy that portrayed Magneto,
Ian McKellen.
Thank you. He was awesome too, and that's why he kept coming back every single movie, because he was awesome as Magneto. Just the way he talked, that was it.
It was perfect. Yeah, that's how we picture him in kind of how he was in the show too, cartoon. But yeah, I would do like that was fucking good. I would do it further back, like was it First Class? Where he could walk or whatever, like Professor X and Magneto, like where they were friends and they could walk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the Magneto storyline much in that one, but like show him where Professor X can walk and he's friends with Eric, and then take it from there and like get Magneto or Professor X injured, and Eric doesn't like it, and that's when he kind of we can't be easy on these people, and then he crosses over, and then Professor Xavier's bleeding heart, and he recruits.
But I kind of think, here's the thing: don't insult the audience. I think you can jump into it to an extent. Sure, go back and do flashbacks. Kind of like, if you have to over the course of the movies, do flashbacks. Flashback to how like they did it, and they showed Wolverine getting his adamantium and coming out of that tank, and it's like, wow, and he's popping his claws, and here and there kind of pepper in explanations of how things went. But I would say jump into it. Have the X-Men team established. And
you think so? I would go the other way, like, because they have a whole MCU, right? I would throw it in. Now's the perfect time to throw it in. Like the Avengers are disbanded, right? Everyone's
Yeah.
gone. You're introducing Fantastic Four. You have the Thunderbolts. You're gonna do whatever New Avenger. What are they doing? West Coast Avengers, whatever, some stupid shit. Throw in the
Yeah, I don't
X-Men
know.
now too. Like their whole world, Earth, and their world, it like needs people to protect it. So you got the Fantastic Four, you got the Thunderbolts. Throw in the X-Men, introduce them, like Doctor Doom or whatever's coming. Like you fucking, oh, we need more people. You have like in Fantastic Four or whatever, you show Professor X, Magneto, like giving speeches or something. Then whatever, these dudes go to space, they become fucking Fantastic Four, Doom's a threat, and you show like, oh, the Professor X is like, they need help protecting Earth or whatever, and he wants to start a school to help protect kids or whatever, or mutants are getting hurt or something because of something with the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, and he starts a school, and then fucking Magneto's like, no, fuck all these people, I'm gonna do my own shit, and you introduce it like that, and then you fucking throw in a movie after that with like his team and shit, and you fucking go balls to the wall from there. Like, it's fucking easy to do right now because it's
Yeah.
one, people are getting less interested, and two, it's like it's a perfect opportunity instead of just throwing it out there like, here's the X-Men. Like, it's like slowly introduce those characters now, just like like you did in credit scenes with Nick Fury and shit like that, and do that shit now with Xavier. Like, you're hinting at mutants already. Give us fucking Professor X, maybe a little Eric, fucking throw it in there, and then
Do something. At this point, do something.
yeah.
And supposedly, in Cap 4, who was that? Christ. What was that stupid movie? Oh my god. I suck at this job. I quit. Fucking the Eternals. The
Mm,
creature that shows up at the end of the Eternals. The
yeah. Fuck. I can't even remember that. I only watched the movie once. I never watched it. It was so long
yeah,
ago. I saw
I
it in the
watched
theater.
I watched it once, freaking like 6 years ago. The
Fuck, what
point of
was
the
that
matter is,
Yeah.
they're supposed to, in Cat 4, they're supposed to introduce adamantium,
Oh
and
shit, really?
it's supposed to be kind of like the breadcrumbs that lead to Wolverine and yada yada.
That's the thing though too. It's like, save Wolverine for later. Don't throw him in right away.
Oh
Like,
no,
he didn't come
I,
in
I
till way later anyways. Like the fucking Cyclops, that group that we got from the animated series, that was like way down the road. That was after the original people like were all gone except for Beast. I don't know why he was the only one that hung around. So
but
they're down the road, and then he comes
yeah,
over. Don't throw him in right away. You got so much time. Like, you want to
you,
make money, you want to make movies. Add him down the road after
I,
Ryan Reynolds is done with this Deadpool shit, and then get a new Wolverine, and then introduce him later. With the new. You could do that whole
who,
class with Cyclops and Gambit and all. Jubilee. That was a good story.
all right. Who would you cast if you could cast anybody? Mad Mike, you're in charge of doing the Wolverine movie for the MCU. Who you casting? And you can't use Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's out of the picture. He can't do movies anymore. Who are you casting?
See, that's tough. I would have to find somebody. I would go with like Star Wars. Those was people that nobody really knows, a relatively
Right.
unknown person. I would make him like he was in the comic books. Which is what they wanted to do originally. Anyways, a shorter guy, like 5'5", 5'6". I like the Danny. Was it Danny DeVito? People mocked him up as it or whatever. That I want to make him that short or whatever. You don't have to get an actual short guy, but someone that
Hey,
appears shorter. But yeah, I would
I'm
go with
5'5".
somebody less known.
I'm less known.
I liked the original guy they were going to use from Mission Impossible or whatever. I thought he was a good choice.
Right.
Um, I've never been a big fan of the Hugh Jackman
Hugh
version of
Jackman.
the character, honestly. Trying to
It
think of
was.
somebody that I could picture that would be really good at it, but I can't fucking think of anyone right now.
I tend to agree with you. I want somebody unknown. I kind of like want what Hugh Jackman was in the late 90s, early 2000s. No one knew who he was. Yeah, granted, Hugh Jackman's a little bit too tall for Wolverine, but outside of that, he did a great job, especially once he got to especially the Wolverine movie. When he went to feudal Japan, or not feudal Japan, but when he went to Japan,
Yeah.
and that movie, like he was full, like you could tell that was in his element. And granted, he should be. That was his fifth film doing Wolverine. By that point, he should know that character in and out. But yeah, I want somebody who is maybe a little bit older, but can go the long haul. I understand the height thing. But when it comes to a movie,
It doesn't
I
really
don't care.
show, like, you don't really show height. Like, you don't really
Yeah,
notice it in the movies anyways. Like, Tom Cruise is in every fucking movie, and he's like
and he
5'2".
uses
Like,
shoe lifts
and he
on
looks,
98% of
normal.
his.
Like, no one knows that he's short in the movies. Like, it was a big surprise. We were like, oh my God, he's really short.
Yeah,
So yeah, that doesn't really transfer over. Yeah, it's not really that big a deal. But
I want somebody who can physically pull off the role, who can get his ass into freaking phenomenal shape. And one thing I want brought back as far as Wolverine goes, I want that fucking Chinook Chuck chewing on a fucking fat stogie
yeah, you gotta
like
be
he used to do.
really, really fucking hairy. Always with the half a stogie, and you
And
gotta do
he's
the
got to
fucking
have the hair.
hair. He's like Wolverine. He's a fucking hairy fuck, dude. A Wolverine is a
Yep.
fucking hairy fucking animal, just like Sabretooth. And
Yep.
that's his brother. So it's like they're both. That's why his hair is fucking long like that. Is because it probably grows rapidly. I mean, if he can heal fast, he's got fucking testosterone through the roof.
And the next time they do a good Wolverine movie, I want him beat the fuck up, and I want that kind of that half. Remember how Terminator, as the movie would go on, he'd get the skin ripped off, and you could
Yeah.
start seeing the endoskeleton
Oh,
underneath.
see, like the fucking
I
adamantium
want a
metal.
freaking.
That'd be fucking
I want
badass.
Wolverine whoever he's fighting, he gets beat down off, and as his skin is healing, you can see the adamantium skeleton underneath as the skin's regrowing.
That's badass. They
That's
should
what
have did that in Deadpool. That's badass. Copyright, patent pending. Send Angry Elf a check if you use that.
Yep. Give me my. Hey, I'll take a free ticket to the movie and a couple free action figures.
No, he's not telling the truth. He needs a fat check. You can buy your own ticket, dumbass.
We're talking about Disney. Shit, man, they don't pay their freaking royalties for shit. I'll be lucky if I get a free ticket and an action
They're
figure.
just gonna take it anyways. But yeah, that'd be badass.
But yeah, let's
And make
let's
them
take the
some
special effects
feral,
and the
like
coolest effects.
fucking, like hair,
Yes!
feral ass, animalistic fuck. And
Mhm.
bring back Sabretooth. Have him fight it out.
Yes. Let's. In fact, you know what I want to do? What I want to see is, God damn it! I think it was issue 10 of the original run of Wolverine. And long story short is every birthday, every year on Wolverine's birthday, Sabretooth would show up and kill somebody that was important to Wolverine. And he did it with his first girlfriend, Silver Fox. And he would show up and, he'd sit there and leave a message for him. And, and he would also refer to Wolverine as Runt. I want to hear that. Come here, Runt. I want to Runt. That's what I want to hear. Like they did that in the original animated series. You're just a runt.
Yeah.
You ain't sucking bastard. I'm gonna fucking that I want to see a knockout, drag out, a good 10, 15-minute fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth, where they're just going at it and they're both almost evenly. They're so even that they can't beat each other, just tearing each other up. And then eventually something silly like one of them falls off a cliff into a river and they float away, and the other one's just sitting there going, well, fuck. All right, whatever.
And they'll come back later. But yeah, that's how that's how it is. They're both almost the same. It's just like he has an adamantium skeleton. It's like they would be. Sabretooth was always beating Wolverine's ass. I don't know. It didn't come across. They kind of did a good job with the guy that played him in the X-Men movie. Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he
But
came
they
back
just
in
like
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah.
yeah, but they brushed him off like so quickly and easily, and it's like they've been fighting their whole fucking lives. It's like he never beats him. It's like always this ongoing thing, and like you said, Wolverine's the little bitch in that relationship. He's the runt.
He is a run. And the problem is Wolverine's the good guy. He's a samurai. He's got a code of ethics, so Wolverine won't cheat. Where Sabretooth is the fucking bastard, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care if
No,
he throws sand in
Street
Wolverine's face
Fighter.
and blinds him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see a good rated R freaking knockdown straight-out fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth in the future.
Without Hugh Jackman.
Yes. Yes, CQ. Just like the
Leave
Family
Strider.
Guy chicken fight.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah, I got a badass. My brother gets me comic books every year for Christmas. I got a badass fucking
Ooh.
Sabretooth.
Fuck it. Yes,
Wolverine,
exactly.
that shit.
Yes. There's been some good fights in the comics. Shit. One of my favorite ones is this was like had to be yes. This was December of 94. I know I'm dating myself right now. Right as do you remember Age of Apocalypse, right? Remember that series ran for about 4 months? So right as that series about to kick off, all the Marvel comics, X-Men comics stopped. And the Wolverine issue that where it stopped, Wolverine and Sabretooth were fighting. And it was kind of like, hey, dude, we're going to freaking end this. This is it. This is our final fight. And Wolverine, there's a scene where he puts his fist right below Sabretooth's jaw. He pops his left and right claw. And then just as the universe is ending and switching over to Age Apocalypse, he pops the center claw right through Sabretooth's freaking, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you're like, pretty much like, oh, he just ended Sabretooth. And then 4 or 5 months later, when we come back to the regular Marvel universe, you come to find out he didn't kill Sabretooth. He's in, intensive care, but because Sabretooth's got that healing factor. But that was just a badass thing where he's like, I'm going to end it, man.
Yeah.
That's
I remember
the type
that.
of shit I
That
want to
shit
see.
was badass. And that's how he was. They need to do that. Bring that brutality to the role.
Yes.
And that's something like you got to get unknown to do that. Someone that's up and coming with talent. There's thousands of them out there, I'm sure. Let them do it.
And now that
you
you've
can't really train, and they'll get the fucking ass Pedro Pascal to do it. Fucking guy does everything for him.
fuck no, give me somebody else. Give me somebody. I don't
Or
care if
Tom
it's
Cruise.
Pedro Pascal's
Tom
freaking
Cruise.
second cousin, but give me somebody that no one knows.
Yeah.
And make that guy freaking spend at least 8 months in the gym, get fucking like 2% body fat. Yeah, I say that as I'm freaking,
Yeah.
46, pushing 47, and like
Hugh
probably like,
Jackman does it. Like they all do that in like 2-3 months or whatever.
yeah.
Well, since we're talking about, I wasn't going to talk about it. Did I? I don't think I showed it. Anyways, Ultimate Wolverine. They're doing the Ultimate series again. I think it was 2000 that came out. I collected the originals. It was very Ultimate Spider-Man. That shit's worth like $2,000 now. They did Ultimate X-Men. Anyways, it's back because comics, they recycle everything like DC does movies, and they revealed the new Ultimate Wolverine. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. You're like, why the hell does he look like that? What the fuck is it? Looks stupid or whatever. It's basically they combined 3 characters. It's like a Winter Soldier, Wolverine and one other one. I can't remember. Anyways, that's the new one coming out. I haven't been following it. When I was reading up on it, it sounds pretty cool. I think it's Omega Red. Omega Red, I think, is the other one.
He's supposed to be more villain than anything. Like the solicitations for issue 3 or 4 came out. Issue 3, because issue 1 drops this month. Issue 3 comes out and it shows Gambit and Katie Pryde get, Wolverine's like ripping into, I guess they're in a car, but he's ripping into, he's right there above them. And Gambit's got a, charging a playing card or whatever, and Katie Pryde's starting to phase. Yeah, it was in a car because she was phasing through the steering wheel. But yeah, Wolverine in this universe is a bad guy.
Yep.
So
he's working.
We'll see how long he stays a bad guy, but in the initial run, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's part Wolverine, part Winter Soldier. That's it.
Yeah.
So, like, he's dispatched by Omega Red and Colossus and Magic, who are bad guys. It sounds cool. It's the Maker is the villain, who is basically Reed Richards or whatever.
So the Maker, interesting you mentioned. So interesting that you mentioned the original Ultimate Universe. The Maker is that universe's Reed Richards, and through the storyline, life gets bad for him. He eventually becomes a bad guy. He uses his stretching ability to stretch his head and stretch his brain to become smarter, because somehow stretching your brain makes you smarter. But he's a bad guy now. So Reed Richards, as the Maker, is a bad guy, and yeah, he's okay. Cool. I'll wait. Maybe I'll pick it up and trade paperback.
That's what I do now. I just grab the trade paperback.
Yeah.
And I don't buy the singles. It takes too long for them to come out, and then it's like the shows. I forget what the fuck I was doing, or I'll miss a issue. Like, oh shit, I forgot to go get it, and then you're fucked, and you can't get it if it's a cool cover or something, and whatever. So I just buy the trade paperback.
It's well, your favorite person, Rob Kirkman.
Mm-hmm.
He finished up doing Walking Dead, and he finished up doing what's his face?
Invincible.
Yeah, but he started a new line for Image with G.I. Joe and Transformers. And they're kind of like an merged universe now, and he's slowly building up to this stuff. But so over the holidays, my local comic book shop ran a deal, buy 2 get 1 free types thing. So I picked up a whole bunch of trade paperbacks and back issues to catch up on this stuff. And we're talking about some crazy, wicked shit, like Optimus Prime getting an arm ripped off. Actually, excuse me, he rips his own arm off to beat another Decepticon, and because he's missing an arm,
he can't transform because he has no wheel.
Well, no.
I can't transform. I got 3 wheels.
No, he grabs Megatron's arm that's laying around because that got ripped off, and he slaps it on him. So now he's got Megatron's big old arm with his cannon on it, and he's rolling around freaking giving justice and beating up all these Decepticons. And you're sitting there going, holy shit!
He's like quarter evil now. Like, he starts swearing a little and stuff.
Absolutely. And I'm just sitting here reading this stuff going, oh my god, this is awesome. And Duke's a badass, and he's fucking shit up, and yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't been picking up the recent Transformers and G.I. Joe shit, go do that, because it's not what you remember from your childhood, that's for certain.
You gotta make that money. I like it. There's a lot of good comics that are not well known. My favorite's Chew. Have you ever read Chew?
Chew, no.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. It's this guy, this guy's a cop or whatever, and he could see how a crime happened if he eats a
Right.
piece of their body or whatever. So he's like a detective, and he's always got to. There'll be a dead body, and he's got to sneak a piece to like eat it or whatever, and then it shows him exactly what happened. Oh, it's fucking great.
That sounds like what
Ran
was that
for a
show?
while.
Wasn't there a show like that? iZombie? No, that was a comic
Yeah,
too.
that was a comic too. They kind of, I guess, stole it from that, but Chew's way better. It's fucking. I think it's IDW or something that did it. It's pretty old. I think it's from the early 2000s, something around there.
Oh, shit, I'm about to go
Get the trade
tomorrow
paperbacks
since
for
it's
like
Comic
$6.
Book Wednesday. I'll go to my comic book shop and see if they've got something from Chew. If they do, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, it's good. Good independent comic. All right. I think we'll wrap it up. Let's do the old roundabout. What's going on with WTF? Sundays, you got the sports bar with King and Coach. I think that's on Sundays. Monday edition. Come here Tuesdays for Pop Culture Warrior. Wednesday, Smoke Pit. I think they're starting back up in February. Radar and TZ. Got Sergeant's Time on Thursdays. Every other Friday, you get CQ again. Doing FTX table talk stuff. It's got some new stuff in the works. Hopefully soon. You'll see some new additions there. And then Saturdays, weekend co-ops with Nemo. This Saturday, I think if it's still going on, you'll see me. Are you going to join in too? We're going to be rocking some Marvel Rivals.
That requires me to dig out my old headset. I haven't used a headset to play co-op in like
right. You're going to be fucking
forever.
echoing and shit. Like, where's echo?
No, what am I doing? Oh no, this Saturday I got daddy duties. My wife will be off doing game night with the other spouses in the neighborhood.
Nice. But yeah, I'll be on with Nemo. I think CQ might be on. Maybe a little King Smith action. Be schooling some little kids.
But then again, if I can get my headset to work with my PS5, maybe I'll be on the headset and have my daughter play.
Yeah. I'll just join the comms. Just play. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah.
Exactly.
Check us out all week long. Full week finally. Except 1 or 2 Fridays. If CQ's not on vacation. Good stuff. All right. I think that's it.
Are we?
Got anything else?
Who's doing the show next week? Is CQ going to be back? CQ, are you in the comments? Are you going to be back next weekend?
I'll find out on Monday.
I'll find out at like 2:00 next Tuesday. Hey, are you available to do the show? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sports bar. No sports bar until February too. So yeah. I
guess King Smith.
I think he should be here unless I don't think any new movies are coming out next week. So nothing good, anyways. So he'll be on. I should be on unless something happens. But I think we have some guests coming up. We got good things. Oh shit. Man, I had a thing. I made him do a little thing for us, and I didn't even use it. Damn it. Where'd it go? I don't even know how to get to it now. Fuck. Anyways, the gear. I made him like do an overlay where you could see the gear, the website for the apparel and shit. And is it here? Captions. Yeah, there it is. How do I show it? Boom. There it is.
PCW.
I meant to have that on earlier in the show, and I totally forgot about it. Anyways.
Go get your gear. If you don't have a PCW shirt yet, what are you doing with your life?
I got to
I know. I didn't wear mine tonight.
I know. I only have one. I got to get more.
I've got a couple shirts. I've got a sweatshirt. Look, man, this is rough life. Okay. 10 minutes before I came on the show, I was reading with my daughter, Mad Mike, do you want to take a wild guess what my daughter was reading to me?
Bernstein Bears.
Fuck no. Go way harder. Give up?
Yeah.
Batman Venom.
Nice.
Yes. So my daughter is such a freaking hardcore comic book, and she's in the 3rd grade. She's supposed to read 10 minutes a night. My wife's like, oh, read this, read that. She goes, no, I want to go read comic books with dad. She's reading Batman Venom. So she can go eventually read. She wants to read Batman Nightfall. She's like that hardcore. Like, no, I want to read how Batman gets his back broken and how this other asshat takes over being Batman. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you sure you're ready to go down this path? Yes, I want to do this. I'm like, okay, I'll sit there and read with you to make sure these big words, but let's do it. So yes, through the rest of the school year, we're going to be reading leading up to Batman Nightfall all the way through. So that's 10 minutes a night. Yep, Batman.
It's the way to do it. Mine was, my girls read, not that hardcore, but Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, shit, what else did they read? They were reading the Marvel stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they read a few of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing that hardcore.
She doesn't want to read. I suggest, so she's got to read more. Her school is saying she's got to read more, and I said, well, hey, we'll do alternating nights. My wife can read with her. I'll read with her. And I was like, hey, when you read with mom, I got a couple suggestions. Why don't you read Harry Potter? My daughter's like, Harry Potter? No, Dad, can we read Batman? And I'm like,
Yeah.
are you serious? And my wife's like, fine, go read with your dad. I'm like, you want to read Batman? I want to read Batman. I want to read how he got his back broken. Okay, let's
Great
do it.
Story. Let's dive into. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Bane.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of steroids. Batman was getting really
old.
old.
She knows about Bane. And that's the thing. She's like, wait, I want to read how Bane became Bane. I'm like, well, funny you mention it. Here's Vengeance of Bane. She's like, okay.
That's awesome.
And the best part is I have all these books, so she just got to read them.
Spider-Man Blue, is that Spider-Man Blue?
It's a good one. Spider-Man Blue, yeah,
where,
that's a good one.
It's where Doc Ock's like a skeleton.
Yeah.
Like the fucking claws are just, the arms are just going. That was a great one.
Oh, there's plenty. Here's the thing. I've got plenty of comics, and these are the old school stuff, like from 30 plus years ago. Like a couple about a year ago. Actually,
30 years ago is like 1990.
Yeah, I know. We're talking
1995.
Like, yeah, exactly. Age of Apocalypse. No, but right after X-Men 97.
You say 30 years ago, and I'm like 1975.
No. Age of Apocalypse, mid-90s. Yeah. I know where I'm at. No, but X-Men 97 ended, and she wanted to read some stuff, and I was going off on a business trip, and I pulled out a X-Men trade paperback and handed it to her, and I said, read this. And she's like, what's this? I was like, it's X-Men. You're going to love it. And it was mostly like right when Katie Pryde was being, she just got introduced to the X-Men team. And she took a couple of looks at it and goes, nope, I want to read something newer. And I'm like, God damn you, kid.
That's the good stuff.
Oh, she wants that Jim Lee.
Oh. I mean, DC crushes in the comic books.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
what I grew up reading. I was always reading DC stuff. I didn't read a lot of Marvel, only here and there when they got a little darker, because a lot of it was like campy bullshit that I wasn't into.
And this is a quote from my daughter tonight, because it was a matter of, do we read Nightfall or do we read Death of Superman? because I've got, the trade paperbacks all like readily available. And she's like, I don't want to read Death of Superman. I was like, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Anybody who reads comic books, this is required reading. Death and Return of Superman, that's required reading. You have to read that. That's one of the quintessential stories. Like, you have to, and she's like, all right, eventually we'll get to that, Dad. I want to read Batman. I'm like, all right, we'll read Batman.
That's the gateway. That's how I got in, was Batman.
So
Well,
I'm
Frank Miller,
all
which I
about it.
have it somewhere around here. I got the first. But yeah, that's a good kid you got there. She's smart.
Oh, I'm raising her right.
Yeah,
She's
that's Superman too. I have that first one. Still in the little plastic. Came in the plastic baggie back in there.
oh, the black and red bag, the
Mhm.
baggie. Yeah, I was. I have my no. I don't. Mine didn't come in a bag. I think I bought it afterwards. Um, I didn't buy into the hype and the Death of Superman. I
Yeah,
eventually read it, but I didn't buy into hype. I always thought Superman was too Boy
it's
Scoutish.
lame. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought it somewhere I bought it somewhere for like $1 back in the day. I didn't buy it recently. Like I said, I found it and I didn't even know I had it. I was like, fuck. I never liked Superman. I don't know, like,
Nope.
but yeah, I read it too. Yeah, it's a good one, but I like Batman Nightfall better.
Oh, CQ is telling us it's time to wrap it up. It's bedtime.
Go to bed. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. You'll get the other annoying guy that likes to talk a lot about himself. He'll be back with me or Angry Elf.
Maybe Nemo.
Did Nemo do last week? I thought you did last week.
And Nemo did last week. I had to bow out because I had to do daddy duties and my wife was out of town. Otherwise, it would have been me and CQ. I had to say, no, I can't give you 100%. Sorry. So Nemo, and they talk. And you know what the funny part was? My daughter fell asleep listening to Nemo and CQ ran on about whatever they were ranting on about.
Sounds
And she made a comment going, they cuss a lot.
Yeah, that's what my kids said too. Why is it? Well, I curse all the time,
but
anyway, yeah.
All right, folks.
Thanks for
Love
tuning
you.
in. Lights, shots, whatever the fuck CQ says.
Fuck it.